Is all good. I'm just gonna eat later.
All right. All right. So how's your prep going, Daniel?
I'm hungry. It's going good. We just changed our show from 15 weeks out to now 14 weeks out, just for the convenience of a regional show rather than traveling all the way to Vegas. We're going to just stay local on Riverside. It's just a 1 week difference. So I'm 14 weeks out right now.
Which production company is that?
It's still going to be with Muscle Contest. All shows were with Muscle Contest. So this show is going to be we literally just picked it last night. I can check. It's right here with my conversation. The Gold Coast.
Oh,
yeah, Riverside.
Yeah.
It's Riverside, so it's just a lot easier rather than going to Vegas for a regional show.
True.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was a wild choice to go to Vegas for us.
The only reason I wanted to do, so I was only aware that there was just that show in February.
Okay.
I actually think that venue is new in Riverside.
Okay.
From what I understand. I don't think Gold Coast used to be in February. So I could be wrong, though. But
I think you're right. I don't think it was.
I don't think so either. I don't remember there ever being a show in Riverside. So it works out nice.
Does it feel? They always like what's classic.
Yeah.
But that's Spectrum.
Yeah, that's not. So I really only do Muscle Contest just for the convenience of it. But
they have that military show there. Like Western Forces, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's always in Riverside.
Yeah. So we had picked Vegas just because the timelines had aligned.
Yeah.
But no part of me wanted to go to Vegas for a regional show. So
yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah. And then of course USA's in July. So, but there's a lot of time until then.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Bobby?
6 days out from my warm-up show, and then we're just under 6 weeks for Texas Nationals.
Okay.
So yeah, tired, hungry. 6 days out.
Yeah.
But like I told you, we ran into some fake masteron. So
yeah,
it was actually testosterone. So I've been lasting testosterone. Probably I don't know what it was technically dosed at, but dude, probably north of 1.5 grams of test.
No, I shouldn't be laughing.
No, it's kind of funny.
You're suffering.
It's kind of funny. Like, so we were talking about it.
Boo-boo.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not his fault.
It's not your fault either.
It happens.
Yeah.
So I told you my estrogen was as high as 128.
Yeah.
And then we added in some anti-E's. It went down to 108. Then we got a little more aggressive with anti-E's. We got it down.
What's the all aggressive?
We just started Letro after we got, because it came back at 77.
Yeah.
So it's still too high. So we just started Letro, 2 days ago? So we're running it every other day.
Okay.
And that in conjunction with the diuretic that I'm assuming we'll take on Friday, we'll get that water off because the body fat's where it needs to be.
Okay.
And the water is just covering the glutes. So once that happens, I'll feel a little bit better.
But yeah, you looking massive as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's intimidating to me. It's like I compete against you.
You're bigger than I am.
I don't think so.
You have better shape than I do.
But I look at you though, and you're just like this dense monster, and I'm like, shit.
Unactable is my weakness, though. So
it's everybody's weakness.
You'll see me there. What about you? Talk about your prep.
I can't complain. I really can't. I mean, I can tell I'm getting a little more irritable, but not in like a very huge way. Just kind of like I'm getting to the point where I don't like repeating myself. Where if I like repeat myself once, then it's like, what the heck? And then if I repeat myself a second time, then I'm like, okay, you need to. Yeah, I don't know. You need to get out of here.
I get it.
But other than that, I really can't complain. I love how I look. I love how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having a great time because I don't feel like I'm suffering really. Are you doing Reddit, Daniel?
No. I can't do Reddit. I do not respond well to Reddit at all.
Yeah, you get like hot flashes, don't you?
No. I was taking 1 milligram of Reddit through a recon phase for I think only like 3 or 4 weeks, and on the 3rd or 4th week I was like projectile vomiting.
What?
Yeah, I was like bad. Only 1 milligram. And actually
that was the only thing you changed about anything?
Nothing changed at all. It was the only thing I incorporated. And I think
but like out of everything that you were doing, that was the only thing that was different with that recomp. Is like you're doing testosterone, you're doing
No, so it was a health phase recon. So I cut back testosterone.
Oh,
Cut back gear. I cut back everything. Added the Reddit's recon. It recomped my body, granted, but you're systematically I could not respond well to it.
that wasn't happening while you're working out, was it?
No, actually, that's the funniest part is I think I was literally just like laying on the couch and I rushed to the bathroom and yeah, I did not respond well to it at all.
I'm sorry. Did it happen more than once?
Yeah, actually. So the first time it had happened, because obviously Reddit takes a while to get out of your system to like truly expel from your system. I think I was projectile vomiting for like 3 days. Oof. And then I think for about a week and a half to 2 weeks after I had gotten done throwing up, I could not eat. Like I'm talking like I didn't want to take I would have to force feed every bite. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
For me personally. And I think, like I was saying, that the first 2 weeks, I was only on 0.5 milligram.
Yeah.
And then it was either just 1 week or 2 weeks on 1 milligram. So I definitely microdosed it, but
Not in like a mean way, but do you feel like, and maybe you could have a say on this too, but just because of like your weight and your size, that your body reacted to like that at a 1 milligram dose? Because I'm doing like 1.5 minimum a week. And I like, all I'm getting is just, or maybe it's just my body, but all I'm getting is just
I don't think so because I've
not hunger.
no, I don't think so. I've had clients that are much smaller than me.
Okay. And they're
Maybe
1 milligram?
2 to 3 milligrams.
Okay.
I think it's definitely situational based. I don't think it has much to do with like body composition or weight or size.
Okay. Not like how your body
It's the same thing as gear, right?
Yeah.
Like some guys, they need this much test, and some guys need this much test. It's like, when you talk about like Chris Bumstead, barely took anything.
Yeah.
And then you have amateurs taking far more. It's gonna be dependent on what your body needs and how your body responds. So 1 milligram's probably just too much for his body.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and which is weird too, because on 0.5 milligram, I wasn't feeling anything. So that's why I think that I mean, I don't really need it. And in turn, I've done every prep, every cut, everything, every recon without it. I was just kind of playing around with it and seeing how I responded, and it responded well. So I'm just trying to take it, but like from going from 0.5 milligram to 1 milligram, still, equally microdose. It's not something that works for me, and I don't mind it at all because I don't really need it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I have your DoorDash pulled up.
My what?
DoorDash.
Yeah. How have you been keeping yourself busy during prep?
DoorDash?
Well, because I was going to help you
He was
DoorDash.
gonna do that.
Oh no.
How have you been keeping yourselves busy during prep?
I haven't ran into that issue yet. I haven't ran into the issue of needing to keep myself busy. I think between everything I already do is, and maybe for now I'm busy enough.
Yeah.
So honestly, actually, I mean, you're kind of involved with it the same, like between the sponsorships, dialed moods, parties, all that stuff, and then clients, church, all those things. Like I don't think I need more than what's on my plate right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just yesterday I was out in El Segundo for the client that was competing yesterday. So maybe a couple of times, like
You've been doing bird
couple
watching.
days out.
I mean, that's a hobby.
Do what?
You've been doing bird watching. That's a
Oh
hobby.
my god! Did you see that?
No.
I was calling. I called my friend, my brother, and my mom. You didn't see that?
Oh,
Yeah, so I was
calls now.
No, you haven't seen that trend where it's so I called him. I'm like, just had a like normal conversation, and then I was like, I saw a bird today. You haven't seen that trend? No. And so I just reached out. I was like, I saw a bird today, and I'm like, what is wrong? My mom was asking me if I was on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
Have you been doing anything outside of bodybuilding?
I just got done with them. I took a 2-week cybersecurity class.
Oh,
Just to, why not?
maybe you can help me with all the people that have been pretending to be me.
Maybe I can. But yeah, so I did that. I mean, client work and the wife and the dog and video games here and there. Kill some time before bed and pretty much it. And you guys know when you're in prep, it's everything is put towards that. So you have a schedule when to go to bed, when to wake up, and not gonna eat this meal, I gotta eat this meal. So it's everything's very regimented and broken down. So kind of like what he said, I mean, I don't have any more room for anything else, you know.
I think my time usually comes between clients and stuff, because why don't you just stop doing the in-person training?
Yeah.
But now I do the in-person training.
Liberating.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice.
That's how I started. I started with in-person training.
Okay. Now I only do online.
I mean, no offense to anyone out there, but I would never go back to in-person training.
Well, I mean, look, here's my thing. I enjoy in-person training with clients who give their all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But let's be real. How many really, really are fully invested? I mean, how many times have you guys heard when someone's there, like it's very apparent they don't want to be there? And you know, you have that as a factor, right?
Yeah.
And then also too, like,
Or they're not doing what they need to outside of the gym.
which is like,
I had a whole bottle of wine with my family yesterday.
well, yeah, and then they think because we're in shape, just by being with us, it's going to translate to them. I'm like, no, you don't see what I'm doing when I'm not with you. And beyond that too, it's kind of one of those things where I was doing 65 hours a week, and it's one of those things where I felt like I was living to work, not working to live.
Yeah.
I had no time. So I was gone from the house from like 4:45 a.m. I wouldn't get home until 6:30. And by the time I get home, you know, I want to hang out with my wife. And I'm at a point where I'm like, I got no energy. I don't even want to speak because I'm, you know, I did my workout, I did my cardio, I trained 12, 13 clients in the day. And I hit a point where I was like, yeah, no, online.
I get that. I am not there yet. Some of my clients actually really love training. Actually, some of them, like, we have really good conversations. One of them, we are complete opposite sides of the spectrum. He actually is on the spectrum, but he is. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
He's a good bodybuilder.
He had to start taking medicine because when he comes to the gym, the music's so loud it like overstimulates him. So, but like that guy, him and I are total opposites on like everything.
Okay,
and we just have like the grandest time talking.
that's cool.
So it's like those kinds of clients I really love being with personally. But then it's just like if someone doesn't want to push themselves, I'm not going to want to be with them. So like one client, he hasn't even texted me back, and he never pushes himself in the gym. I mean, he doesn't even follow my Instagram. Not that he needs to, but he'll probably never see this. But when it comes to like, okay, hey, you're going to do 10, 12 reps, and it's like you do 8, and it's like, okay, but why are you stopping before you even get to that point of pushing yourself? It's like, it's not like I'm going to push and through this. It's like if I have to struggle to any slightest degree, I'm going to stop. And so it's like, those are the kind of moments where I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, been there.
Is he more a lifestyle client? What's his goal?
He is a lifestyle client. He does want to put on some muscle. And I've been having to have talks with him of just like, you got to be able to push yourself.
What's his composition look like?
Not that great.
No. So, I mean, in my opinion, because I mentioned this because I kind of spoke a little bit about this the other day, is one thing that's kind of helped me as a coach is recognizing that there's different standards and levels to this. And obviously us three, we hold ourselves to that highest standard.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder when you're at the higher standard to take like intro, like new clients.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but my point with it is the reason I asked about like his current composition, his goals, his, you know, what kind of aspect of coaching you're giving him, if it's lifestyle. The reason being is, now I'm not saying accept the fact that he is not pushing himself harder. You don't have to do that. What I am saying though is he still does have that benefit, right? If he's giving 70%, realistically, he's giving 70% more than a lot of the people out there. So, and because I think I was getting at this with, I don't know if you'd seen my story the other day where, you know, I'll frequently get check-ins and it says, oh, I missed this day of cardio, or I missed this meal. And I was thinking to myself, you didn't miss it. You didn't, you know, miss that meal. You didn't miss that cardio. You just didn't do it. Right. But that's more or less on the, like, I would say bodybuilding aspect of things is like that mindset that you have. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it is good that he's still pushing that 70 rather than
rather than not going at
10,
all.
20, 30%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like to go further on that, like for me, I don't really care what someone's composition is, what someone's level is.
Yeah.
Because I have this one girl who she does a lot of her workouts at home. She's a mom. And she'll send me workout videos of her in her living room doing stuff. But
I would not know.
But dude, she's doing everything.
Yeah.
So she's locked in. She's asking the right questions. She's doing everything she needs to do. So that to me, I don't care if you don't want to get on stage. That to me speaks volumes because the effort's there. You're sending me training videos, which I have competitive athletes that aren't sending me training videos. And I'm kind of like, well, that's a resource for you. I don't charge you extra for that. Like, you send them to me so I can help. And she's doing all that. Where I had this other guy who his composition was pretty good. He's like I would say a relatively, I guess, if you want to put it this way, like I can market him well. Yeah. But every week, oh man, I missed 3 meals. I'm like,
3 meals in one day or 3 meals through the week?
the full week. And I didn't do my cardio. I'm like, well, okay, why?
Yeah.
And like, so that's where me being the competitive bodybuilder, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't register to me because it's like, I'll get up at 3 a.m. and go to cardio if I have to.
Yeah.
So when someone's like, oh, I didn't do my cardio, I had a busy day. And I'm like, when do you start work? 9 a.m. So you couldn't get up at like 6 and hit 30 minutes of cardio. That's how I
get that. Yeah.
I'm very effort based. And then also if they just communicated, let me know.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, today was super busy. Is there anything I could do? I'd be like, hey, go for a walk around your neighborhood. Take your significant other for a walk or your dog for a walk, and I'll count that for your cardio today. It's your lifestyle plan.
Yeah.
Don't wait the whole week and then say, oh, I missed these 3 sessions. And it's like, well, we could have fixed that. We could have adjusted things. I could have played with some stuff, what?
Or shoot me a message.
Just talk to me. I don't know if you guys notice this, but I feel like sometimes people see coaches, and maybe it's because they had a bad experience in the past. I mean, I personally have, where you felt like maybe you couldn't reach out to that coach. And they almost like, I know you have to. I know that sometimes they'll like deify a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, well, they're not bothering you. And it's like, well, no. What bothers me is when you don't do what you need to do.
I feel like if you're not an experienced athlete, then bother the coach.
Yeah.
But if you are an experienced athlete, I feel like there is no reason to bother them. And then that's just my take. It's like, I will personally just be like, this isn't a big deal. I'm just going to push through this. Or now that you've asked me how I'm doing or how I feel, I'll let you know. Because otherwise it's just like, I'm not going to complain about something. I'm just going to do the work. And then you tell me what to do next. Well, if I feel like absolute dog crap, I will tell you.
Yeah.
But if I feel just fine, then I'm not going to say anything.
I think there's a tone to it though, because I think in some instances, getting that feedback is good. So it's not, you don't come about it in a way where you're complaining. You're just informing them like, hey, here's where things are at. Yeah. Just in the event, like maybe we have a refeed coming up, or maybe we need a cardio break or something along those lines, like communicate that. But if you're coming to me like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry. And it's like, well, dude, you're dieting. Like you should. Yeah. So you just suck it up. Let's get it done. And we can get you where you need to be. But, if you're just like giving your coach feedback, because that's what I'll do. I'll text my coach. I'm like, hey man, here's some feedback for you. Yeah. Today's lift, because I'm super close to show. I was like, couldn't really get a pump, didn't feel contractions. Just want to make you aware of where we're at. Yeah. So then he can assess that. And then if he feels there's time for a refeed, we throw that in. Or if he's like, no, push, then I push. I just think it's important because for me, the more feedback I have, the better I can do my job. So I see it as if I also give him that feedback, we also kind of have that relationship though, because like him and I are friends. Yeah. So we'll just text back and forth about random stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and I agree, because a little piece of that too that kind of goes the extra mile is I would say I've had multiple clients. I currently have one where frequent check-ins are missed. But the problem with it, and like obviously missing check-ins is bad enough, but the problem I think with this individual is I do believe him when he says, he's like, oh yeah, I know I missed 3 check-ins, but I am following the plan every single day. My problem with that is like the communication, even if you're executing, if the communication's not there, who's to say you're executing properly? Because I mean, realistically,
photos are everything too.
Yeah, photos or any sort of information within check-ins, could see like, okay, does the plan need altering or not? You will never know if they're not going to communicate that.
Yeah, don't lie.
Yeah,
Text messages can.
yeah.
And wait.
Well, and also too, I'll say this. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. The only athletes that I've had cheat on their plan are the ones who are constantly telling me how on the plan they are. People who are on the plan don't have to tell you that they're doing everything.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you guys, I had like 5 people this year. They're telling me and they're like, yeah, I'm doing everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
So why is your body not changing?
Yeah. Why did you not drop weight? Why do you look the same as you did 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
I would do, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it happens all the time. But like I don't have to tell my coach how long the plan is because he sees my photos and he's like, yeah, he's on it.
Yeah.
And same with us. Yeah, there's this one client. She came to me. She was with me for quite a while, and it was dry.
One.
No, I can circle back to that one. I had to learn how to program a chocolate chip cookie. I mean, yeah, trust me. It was literally like my last straw. But anyways, she ended up with a different story. This female she was with me for quite a while, and nothing was changing. Not a single thing was changing, and she was getting irritated with me. And it's just like trial and error.
Not following anything.
Well, so I'll get around to that. But the thing is, like, she kept kind of, and that's what people like to do. They like to patronize the professional, so she was attacking me, saying plan's not working, this, that, and the third. She ended up leaving, and then I think like 2 or 3 months later, she came back, and she's like, "Hey, I want to sign up for the coaching. I want to do everything right, this, that, and the third." And I was like, "Okay, what do you mean do everything right?" She's like, "Well, last time I hired you, and it was for a long time." She just flat out said it. She's like, "I did not follow the plan." I'm like, "Okay, you just spent 9 months patronizing me, telling me that my plan didn't work for you. Now, 9 months? It was a long time." So then she came back to me 3 months later. She's like, "I didn't follow the plan." I'm like, and now, granted, she's been with me now for like,
After that 9 months and 3-month break, how long?
yeah, currently, how long she's currently since she came back, she's been with me like 4 months, I believe, and she's already lost like 30 plus pounds. So now I can say, okay, see, the plan does, right? But back then I was like, that's kind of what I was telling you though, is she was definitely the person. Sorry, she was patronizing me, saying your plan doesn't work, I'm not cheating, this, that, and the third. But
Yeah.
3 months later, lo and behold, that's the case. So,
Yep. And we usually know.
yeah,
We can tell. We can tell when someone's doing something. Like for me, I'll get like, "Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this." I'm like, "Well, how's your training?" They're like, "I'm training hard." I'm like, "You haven't sent me a single training video."
yeah,
Then they send me the training videos and I'm like, "Oh, this is really bad."
yeah,
We have a lot of work. And they don't understand because what they want is they want a constant diet change.
Yeah.
But that's not always the answer.
mhm,
It's not just the food. It's what is your output? It's
Do
what
you ever get people like that are upset because they don't get a diet change every week, and they're like, "Why don't you change anything?" And you're like, "Well, we don't need to change anything."
is my workout plan going to change? Well, no, because why would we change it every 2 weeks?
I think what helps me with that is because I try to avoid that being an issue. And the way I try to avoid that being an issue is I make sure that because it's not going to make sense to them why there's no changes or why anything like that. It's not going to make sense to them. It makes sense to you. That's where I like to go a very like educational route with my coaching. So I'll be like, okay, you don't need changes now. You might not need changes in the next 3 months, but this is the trajectory that we're following, right? And I kind of just lay things out. Like this other day, I had a client and I was telling him like plans 3-4 months down the road. He's like, "Oh, it's like there's a lot of work that goes into this." Yeah, there absolutely is. It's not just like what's going to happen tomorrow or the next week. So that's where I kind of help with that situation, is like just being very, descriptive and educational.
Yeah, I know, I get that, and it's possible though to be descriptive, but then they're still like upset because they're not getting a change.
Yeah.
And they feel like sometimes they're paying for things to be changed every single week.
What I will say about
That's not what we're paying for.
the only ones who want constant change are the ones who aren't doing everything.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if their body is changing,
They won't.
and then you explain to them like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we don't want to add a new stress of new workouts every week. The only way we can progressive overload," and maybe they don't know what progressive overload is, but they've heard it before.
Yeah.
So then when you say progressive overload, it locks them in. You explain it a little bit and then kind of say, hey, this is how we can get this to change. Now, if you plateau with this movement, I'll switch it out for another if you're stuck for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But you don't need a whole program revamp. And again, the only people I notice that are on you about these diet changes, that are on you about workout changes, they're probably not following or the effort's not there and their body's not changing. Because for me, I'll do the same thing for a year straight if I keep getting better. And I think anyone else would. They're not coming to us. And I think this is a big misconception in this industry is they think they're coming to us for a plan.
Yeah.
But they're coming to us to guide them with something that they don't know how to do on their own. And maybe that means constant changes to programming. And maybe it means the same thing, but it's our eye and our minor tweaks and adjustments here and there that go a long way. And that's why feedback's so important.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, I would say because I haven't gone into the depths prep yet, I would say my diet has maybe only changed 20% in the past.
I thought you were about to say 20 times.
No. Like 20%. Like my diet is maybe only like yeah. There's maybe only like a 20% difference in my diet from like today versus like 6 months ago.
Okay.
But my physique today versus 6 months ago is completely different. Okay, so yeah, that completely makes sense.
Yeah, that's just how I see it.
Have you had any cravings on your prep yet? And
Yes, because are we doing editing in case we need to?
we'll edit what we need to.
Okay. Are we talking about gear here or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We've talked about here.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing EQ.
I'm on EQ right now.
I love it.
So I am really freaking hungry.
How much you can?
And I'm only at 300 milligrams now a week. Yeah. So, but I am so hungry. No, well, I get it. Yeah.
Shut up.
I swear to God. I know you have to.
Okay. My gear is relatively low. I'm only on 550 tests, 300 EQ. Well, I think the GH is relatively high. I take 4 IUs a day.
Well, GH is going to increase your growth too a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
a little bit. Yeah, so I'm pretty freaking hungry. Not gonna lie. Like I finished all of my food without ease. I mean, like right now, that's why I'm so hungry. So my coach doesn't do calories.
I just didn't know if you like.
I would say ballpark. I'd be somewhere between like 32 to 34 if I had to guess.
Okay, so you're eating a good amount.
Yeah. But dude, I haven't eaten since 8 a.m.
Oh, shit.
8 a.m.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's fine. I got up.
So you are getting cravings, so. If you could have one thing to eat, what would it be right now?
Pizza.
Pizza? From where? Pizza guy?
I want like a pie.
There's a ballpark that connects.
That's
fine.
fine. We're not going to talk about that right now.
It's very dangerous in the off season. I don't know if you guys saw text message.
Not bad.
Oh yeah, freaking mozzarella.
You can say
sticks.
that when we have someone that's bulking on the podcast.
Yeah.
Tell them about it.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking about that with someone that's in peak week.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's like, I get pizza in 7 days, loser.
Yeah. Well, it was one of our questions too, though. It was one of our questions.
It was one of the questions.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. What are your top 3 fast food places?
Yeah, top 3 fast food.
I don't like traditional fast food, flat out.
That's like fast food.
No, like I don't like McDonald's, like the traditional stuff. I would say I like Louis Grill. I would say that's fast food.
Would you really?
I kind of would. I would consider it fast food. I mean, I would say. I mean, if you think kitchen to kitchen, the layout's pretty similar. Like, if you think about a freaking,
Fair.
if you think about a Louis Grill kitchen,
Okay, it has to have a drive-through.
Okay, well then, well Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Cane's is. Have you ever had Cane's?
I
chicken?
love Cane's.
Have you ever had Have you ever had Cane's chicken without the dipping sauce?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I think it's the worst chicken ever. But if you take Chick-fil-A chicken and you go get
sauce?
yeah,
Yeah.
mint.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I would say Chick-fil-A. I wouldn't put Cane's in the top 3. Dude, I don't know.
I told you this is a good question.
I would do In-N-Out, Cane's, and Chick-fil-A easy.
I had so much In-N-Out when I was bulking. I'm Five Guys counts. I like Five Guys more.
Five Guys.
Actually, no. You know what? I like Chick-fil-A Habit. I think Habit's better than Five Guys.
Okay.
In-N-Out. You know what? I like Jack in the Box.
Did you ever have the pretzel buns from Habit?
Hmm?
The pretzel buns. Habit had pretzel buns at one point.
Yeah.
No, I never had that.
It was okay. What would you pick?
Shake Shack #1 for sure. That is
Shake Shack.
That is like the,
I've never had it.
in my opinion, the best burger. I was a big In-N-Out guy until they released the ingredients and it was all the same as McDonald's. And ever since that, I'm like, nah, I'm okay. Shake Shack.
Sure.
So Shake Shack. I do really like Raising Cane's. I won't lie,
Yeah,
but I think I would
I
put.
would love to own a Cane's. Put it that way.
I think I would put Popeyes second though, because their chicken sandwich.
I never had Popeyes.
Oh, dude, it is
Yeah, the chicken sandwich is
so good, so good. And then third, we count Chipotle. They have a drive-through
I'll do Chipotle. Yeah.
because the one by my house has a drive-through.
That's fine. I personally would never do Chipotle just because my first time ever having Chipotle, I got food poisoning.
That's okay. It
It
happens.
was
Well,
terrible.
I put Jack. I want the double Western bacon.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack in the Box has the best shake.
Oh, okay, Carl's, not Jack.
Carl's,
yeah.
I do. You know what, dude? I like Carl's, and anytime I tell somebody that, they're like, "That's disgusting."
No, I like Carl's. That'd be number 3 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fair. We all said different stuff.
In-N-Out, Cane's, and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Oh, Chick-fil-A was only overlap.
Yeah. No, that's you don't like flavor. That's why. You got the top 3, like those 30. You have like you don't use condiments. He doesn't use condiments at all.
No, I don't.
You know what? In my off season, I don't.
But that's fair.
For some reason, I put.
Do you put flavor?
Not really.
You don't season your food, your meat.
No, my wife does.
Well, she puts that meat, but I'm not like on there putting like mustard, ketchup,
it's freaking
mayonnaise, or
There's condiments in there.
barbecue sauce. I don't really do that.
When I'm dieting, I have to.
Yeah.
Like I do. I have, like right now, rotation is like Cholula, jalapeno mustard.
Can't do that.
Do you use the Melinda stuff?
I haven't this front, but I love that stuff. The truffle one,
Black truffle.
oh, yeah, dude. I haven't used this one, but that's so good.
Yeah.
But my top 2 right now, I've been using like the Cholula and the jalapeno mustard. That does it. Jalapeno mustard on beef and rice. The rice is just it hits. Dude. Something about it.
Yeah, I would just eat it, just how it is.
I know it's crazy to me.
I mean, to each their own, man. You know,
Do you do protein shakes with water or with water or milk?
water.
Do you do milk?
I do milk.
My plan says I can do almond milk,
Yeah, I
but I would rather just not add the calories.
See, I have 2 scoops of protein in my diet, but it's with oats. So my wife makes me pancakes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So it's the oats with some water, protein powder, and then banana on top, and then like today was a refeed day, so I got peanut butter too.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the like bowl of gains or like consume of rice as like the videos that you see?
Yeah.
Is that easy to do?
Yeah. You can make waffles if you got waffle maker too.
I've never done that.
Just really thing. Yeah, incredible.
Elevate or the bowl gain stuff.
Yes.
Dude, I'm telling you, amazing.
I'll have to give it a shot.
You should.
So I have cream of rice in my meal. I'm sure you guys probably have cream of rice in your plan too, but
Yeah, I do.
I don't. Just oatmeal.
oh. I'm so sorry.
I could probably swap it. Like,
No, yeah.
nice, but
Yeah.
I've been honestly like I'm very much like if he tells me to do it, I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, okay. I've never tried that before. I see like so many people posting pancakes and waffles.
You should. And then just get the sugar-free syrup.
I have sugar-free syrup in my pantry. It's just unopened.
You need to use it. So you make your
I don't
pancakes waffle. You actually use it.
I definitely do that for volume when I like deep fry and prep. Right now, I just eat my cream rice how it is. Cause
Plain or with like protein powder.
Yeah.
well, mine right now is protein powder, peanut butter, and honey all together.
But
But
that slaps.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, when I need more volume, I'll do the pancakes or waffles or whatever.
Okay.
Fair.
One of the questions was, how do you know what competitors should know when they're starting their first prep?
How much money this costs.
Yeah.
And that it's not all fun. And that at least 3 times you're going to question why you're doing it
Yeah.
until you step on stage and understand how fun that day actually is.
But it's an expensive day. Yeah, the card alone to sign up for the class was what, like $200 now for the class?
Florida, $150.
NCC card.
No, well, the NBC card is like 150, 175.
Yeah, I thought it was like 180 now.
Oh, is it?
It could be.
I mean, they raise it every single year. Last year, it was like 150 to 175.
I think it's 170. I still have mine from earlier in the year when I did the Arnold.
Okay.
But
You were this too?
yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah. You didn't have a good day. That didn't sound. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But
So that's already like almost $400 just to be at the show.
well, dude, here's what's cool. So I just registered for this Florida show that I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
It's $150 for the class, so a little cheaper. But then they ask you your shirt size because every competitor that enters gets a free shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, I don't need a shirt, but like that's still cool because it's like they're giving back to the athletes, and we spend so much money on this. Like we should at least leave with something.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
fair.
So I really like that they.
The only other places they do that is like USA's or North America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But for just a regional show, for like I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because now I see it as my entry was like $120 and I bought a shirt.
What's bringing you to Florida for a regional show?
That's where my coach lives.
Okay.
So he's in Jacksonville. So we're gonna fly into Jacksonville.
What's his actual name? I'm so
Dylan.
Dylan Blum.
Dylan Blum. So he's gonna pick us up at the airport. We're gonna stay at his house a couple days, and then we drive. I think it's like an hour and a half to Ocala. We'll compete there, but basically, because this is my first time prepping with him, he wants eyes on so he could see exactly what we're doing, what my body's doing, when it's doing it, and then that way, when we go to Texas, we don't make any mistakes.
Does Dylan compete?
Or no, he was actually a power lifter.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Like I guess I think he said it like says records or something. I may have that wrong. I don't know.
I mean, no one knows it probably.
He was a pretty good power lifter, and he wants to compete, but he's been having more recently he tore both pecs, but one of the pecs that tore he got an infection in his heart.
What?
Yeah, pretty crazy. So he's kind of been going through that. He actually just had another surgery. I guess the infection was like spreading into his neck or something like that. So he's been kind of going through it on that front. But I do know he wants to compete at some point, which will be cool to see.
You know now?
He just had the surgery like a little over a week ago.
Oh, okay.
So he's still, I mean,
What kind of surgery? Were like cleaning stuff out, or?
well, to my knowledge, they repaired the pec. And then also, I don't know exactly what they had to do for the infection. I'm assuming I've had infections, but I'm assuming just antibiotics and whatever, like damage control, essentially. I don't know. It's pretty wild.
What do you think athletes should know when they're doing their first pro?
He put it very perfect way. I think the only other thing that I would add to that is to ensure that they have a support group or positive circle.
Yeah.
Something significant other.
And that for
That's huge if they're in a relationship.
and I've even told, actually not even just new competitors, I've told experienced competitors before as well. Like, hey, go brief your person.
Yeah.
Because it's something I would do.
Yeah.
And something I would do is like, hey, prep starting, you kind of know the deal.
Yeah.
This is kind of what's going to happen at certain points. Just brief your person. I could add to this a little bit too, but yeah, have a support group, but also at the same time, be your own support group. Also be cognitively aware that, like me personally, I understand that honestly anything under 6 weeks, I'd be an asshole. I think that's very important for anyone that's either in prep, taking gear, or both. Like, if you are aware that sometimes you're going to have asshole thoughts, know that I would say your thoughts are really not your own, and have some control.
I would say right now, being within that 6 week mark, I'm more, I don't want to say cold in my text messages, but I'm just more like straight to the point. I'm just like, oh, this is what this person needs to know. This is it. Yeah. So rather than like entertaining a conversation, not in a mean way.
No, you just more just.
Yeah, just more of like, okay, this is what this person needs to know. I'm going to let them know, and then I'm out.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm past that point where I don't even have the energy.
You don't even reply. No.
I don't even have the energy to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I forget what just happened the other day, but I looked at Annie and I was like, man, I would normally be mad. I don't even have the energy.
Yeah, no, that's another part of it too. Is
You
you
know.
just get so close, you don't have the energy for. I don't want to say I'm being an a-hole or anything like that with my messages, but it's just like I am. That is something I am aware of. It's just like I'm not like
We're a little different.
yeah,
Fuse is a little shorter.
yeah,
And kind of like what you stated earlier, having to repeat yourself or like
yeah.
stupid questions,
Mm-hmm.
or it happened to my mom all the time. Will ask me something stupid like that I don't have the answer for. I'm like, you need to ask them, dude. I don't know what to tell you, but like stuff like that, but even this time, like this prep around, usually I'd be like a little snappier with it. This prep around, I'm like,
One thing,
I don't have the energy.
yeah. One thing I'm trying, because it literally just happened the other day to me and my friend, because we're both in prep, and someone asked us both the same question. There was a freaking butt cake in the
Nothing but cake.
one of those things in the gym fridge, like right past the check-in thing. And the front desk guy is our friend. He's like, "Oh, do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?" I don't know. You see, yeah, exactly. So it's not that you're like mad at them for asking. It's you're mad that you have to say no.
Yeah.
And so, and the last friend,
On that, there was explaining why.
that's
Because you'll say no,
Yeah.
and people are like, why?
yeah.
What's the bike going to do?
And the reason I want to be better at this is because it's something that happens so frequently. Like it happened with my dad, my mom, my ex. I remember last front. It was so stupid, but I was such a dick about it. My favorite protein bar is the Puff Bar. I like.
Oh, dude, I get yeah.
Yeah, my favorite protein bar is Puff Bar. And she had known that I was looking all over the place to try to find one in store so I could go buy one to have it after my show. And I was at home. She called me up. She's like, I found a Puff Bar. She was like all excited. She's like, do you want me to bring it home? Like, well, I'm like, dude, I got so mad. And I'm like, now I look back and I'm like, wow, I was a dick. So that's one thing that happens so frequently is like, I want to be sure, like, when someone asks me if I want something or if I'm around an environment where there's food that I can't have or anything, I think be better at like understanding, like, this is the path that we choose to be on.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong if anyone asks us if we want to deter from our path. There's nothing wrong with saying no and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Previously,
I think that I kind of laugh it off now
Yeah.
when people question it, and then I just drop the conversation of like, oh, so you can't have this cinnamon roll or whatever. I'm just throwing the food out there. It's like, no, I can't. It's like, oh, huh. And then they like question it or something, and I just kind of like laugh, and I'm like, no, I just can't have it.
yeah.
Not even one bite. No, and it's just kind of funny to me. I more laugh it off now because it's just like they lack understanding, and not in a mean way, but they lack understanding of like bodybuilding. It's not like, and I'm not talking bodybuilding. Like I go to the gym and work out. I don't think that's bodybuilding. I think specifically like I am on stage posing bodybuilding.
Well, that's an interesting topic because technically, bodybuilding, you don't have to compete. But there is a difference between bodybuilding and competitive bodybuilding.
But if I call myself a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that person's talking about the stage.
I would see when I hear it, if someone says they're a bodybuilder, I would follow up with, do you compete? Because some people could live a lifestyle. I think being a bodybuilder means you live the lifestyle, like you do the meal preps, like Joey Swole. I would consider him a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but he lives a lifestyle, and not a lot of people. No, but not everybody is going to live the lifestyle, though. And
For sure. Self-body. For sure. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but I think that it's important to differentiate the two.
Yeah. It's like the people that I'm referring to are the people that are like, I just hit the gym. I'm going to walk right across the parking lot and go get Chick-fil-A. And I'm going to call myself a bodybuilder because I just worked out.
Well, because you've got the people that are arguing like, well, I'm building my body, so technically.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No,
If you look like Joey Swole and you walk up to me and you're like, yeah, I live the bodybuilding lifestyle, I wouldn't even question it. I would be like, you know what, dude? Cool.
Yeah.
You look way better than I do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that Eric dude, the guy that just got his pro card.
Eric Jenke?
Yeah, that guy.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
the second show.
No way.
Is that the
No, he's competed before. He did the USA's, I think, once or twice.
He's lost like 5 or 6 shows before that one. So, I mean,
I think he's done physique. He's done classic.
Yeah,
and then he did.
No, my bad. Not the air guy. The other guy, Sam. That was the second show.
Oh, Sam Sulik. Yeah.
that was
I would
I wasn't there.
previously to the legends. Granted, he has his issues, like many bodybuilders do, like competitive bodybuilders do.
Yeah.
Like he has his issues, but prior to that legend show, he was a bodybuilder on my terms.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Talk about whether he deserved the pro card or not. Because
No, because the guy I was there. I mean, you were there too. There was a guy there. The guy, the guy with the hair.
but if you look at Sam though, he's like this massive dude. He goes in the gym. He lifts heavy.
Yeah.
He loves lifting.
Yeah.
He loves making sure I need to get all these calories in. Like I would still consider that bodybuilding, whether you compete or not. But if you're just like, I'm gonna go to my local GNC or I'm gonna go to like a vitamin shop and just get some random protein powder. Maybe I'll have a shake and I'll have a couple meals of chicken and rice. I would not consider that living the bodybuilder lifestyle.
You're an athlete.
If you're not consuming the amount of food that you're fit. I would say you're fit. Yes, I wouldn't say you're a bodybuilder. If you're saying I'm a bodybuilder and you're not competing, I'm expecting you to eat like 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day, like because
you're resting, you're
tracking how much protein you're doing and how many carbs.
Yeah, it's very much a lifestyle, and it's the extreme of it. It's not what a normal person's going to do. So it's like, prime example, like Annie just got a new job at Crunch Fitness. That's the fitness manager.
Yeah.
She's working there. And she's like, oh, you should come work out. Dude, the looks I got in that gym were hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I told her,
Me and Gold Gym 1,000 mils.
yeah, dude, I told her, dude, everyone's staring at me. Like, because I don't like the attention. I don't like it. Like, when I work out, dude, I'm head down. Like, I don't want to, people are looking at an asshole. People think I'm an asshole because I have the tattoos. And if I stare at you, if I'm just looking, they think I'm a dick. They think I'm dogging them. And I'm like, dude, I'm just here to work out.
Yeah.
But I told her, and she's like, they've never seen anyone look like you in person.
Yeah.
So they're like enamored by it. And I was like, I don't like it. Like, I just don't, like I'll work out in a tank top. And if we have to go to the store after, I always put a shirt on. I don't want to walk around a store in a tank top because I get either some weird.
Who's all this turkey for? Are you feeding a family? That's what you get.
Yeah. That's why I wear jackets for.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Nice.
cover everything.
Oh, yeah, you have cardigans.
Yeah, I had a cardigan. Today.
Yeah.
I don't like the attention either.
No. Which is ironic because we step on stage half naked to get
Yeah.
judged by strangers.
Yeah, but we're not looking to.
No, it's for us. And that's when it's for the right reasons. And I think actually to go back into that same question, compete for the right reason.
Yeah.
Don't compete because you want to just post it on your social media or things along those lines, because when it gets hard, that's not enough to motivate you to keep going. You have to want it.
When I was like, 2 weeks out from my last show, I was barely even posting on social media.
Oh, dude.
I didn't have the energy to it. Like,
That's where I'm at.
the idea of taking content in the gym at like 2 weeks out from the Arnold, I was like, I didn't even cross my mind.
I'm still trying to be good with like posting, but I've not been able to. I'm like, I think about something, I'm like, oh, that'd be a good talking point. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't feel like filming.
Yeah.
Literally. How do you know when a client is ready to compete?
Depends on the category, but of course we're going to have certain markers, right? So bikini, wellness, obviously we want to see tie-ins, some ab lines. Obviously wellness, you want to be closer to like the striate and glute mark. Bikini, not so much. Some girls, it's rare, do get striated glutes. Those are the ones that you're going to pump their glutes backstage if they're bikini, because you don't want those.
Yeah, I had a girl show up just yesterday. She was too shredded.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. But yeah.
How dare you make it so shredded?
Everyone noticed that, they thought my mistake. I definitely brought it.
I know it's a negative thing, but at the same time, it's also impressive as well.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is. And to be honest, man, it's I think easier to backtrack from that point.
No,
Especially with women, right? You know how hard it is to get women shredded.
Yeah.
So it's easier to be like, oh man, we never shot it. Okay, cool. I can feed you more.
So the nice thing too, though, is it's harder to get. It's harder and it's not harder to get women shredded. No, it wasn't you. I was just talking about this the other day. Have you ever noticed that you tell I'll say like a competitive female client, at least, you tell a competitive female client, go do this, and they'll just do it.
They just do it.
But man, it's like, dude, I'll literally like this girl that just competed yesterday. I recall I pushed her cardio to like a certain extent. Her food was at a certain point. She would not tell me how she was feeling. I would have to ask her, like, how are you feeling? Oh, I feel like shit. I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me. Like,
Well, I think with guys, it's an ego thing,
maybe.
which ironically, they'll hire you as a coach for you to tell them what to do. But in a lot of cases, and again, that's where like being coachable is so important. I think women are more coachable than men across the board. And you'll get some men that just follow instructions and they're very like militaristic in their habits and stuff. But almost all women will just do the work. They might complain.
Yeah.
They may not in the case of like your client, but they're going to do it. They, yes, for whatever reason, they follow instructions so much better. And I think it's the ego aspect.
Yeah. I would agree.
Imagine like we're supposed to show we're on trend, we're on this, we're on that. Like you get that hyper confidence and
Trying to not to sidetrack
a lot of trend. I'm on I'm on 100.
You want to say our doses of trying at the same time?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 225.
400 mix.
Okay, that's not bad.
400 mix trays.
You're on 400? I'm on 225.
I'm on 400. It's 100.
I wouldn't say 400 super high, honestly. I'd say that's a moderate. I would say that's a moderate, medium. So almost high. Because I have people tell me before to take like 700, and I'm like,
Ace or Zombs, bro.
No. And then what I did was I took a fourth and what they told me to do.
I have learned, I think 4 times I've taken trying 4 times. I can't take more than 150 mgs for no longer than 7 weeks. That's my max. Which that's all I can do.
What's crazy is on 400, I actually feel pretty level-headed.
No, I don't. I
feel great too.
Yeah.
And then the sex drive goes,
Like I've been
gone.
Yeah, that's
gone. No camber saving it.
Dude, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but we're in the trenches for a little bit here.
Yeah. and not to like talk vulgar or anything, but like it was so gone last year to the point where I had to see if I could take care of myself. I did like no activity whatsoever. I tried. It was like, this is boring.
Dude, it almost like
I did not want to do a thing.
Yeah. No, it almost feels like numb in a way. I don't know if you can get that.
I feel like, well, are you doing provider right now?
No.
I feel like the provider is kind of helping me in that department.
That must be nice.
I would say, well, you're 6 weeks out.
I'm 6 weeks out.
I would say it was literally the last 4 weeks. I think it was the last month.
Yeah, but my last show that I did, we went like, your parents probably watched, so we were like 2 months without like being intimate at all. And
Yeah, we did too.
yeah, I think we were intimate like less than a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we did too. I think we were also arguing.
But that happens. It happens. I mean, every relationship has arguments.
Well, no, that's my point. I think it was totally my fault. I think I told you. No, I think I told you this, Brett. There was an argument that we had gotten into
because the sauce was in the wrong spot.
The freaking seasoning, bro.
Oh, season.
She took the seasoning out. She used it and she didn't put it back where it was supposed to go. And I got so mad.
So I can kind of relate to that. So not with my wife. Like with my wife, I don't snap at her. Like nothing. And I know in previous relationships, if things weren't great, like deep down, I knew it wasn't the person for me.
Yeah.
And then I would still prep. And then I just get pissed about random stuff because I knew I didn't even want to be there. And I feel like the trend made me realize, like, yeah, dog, you're in the wrong spot. Where now I'm like, I'm tired. I'm whatever.
I could use some trend right now.
Yeah. Probably soon.
Yeah.
If I had to touch base on anything from the past, that I was never really one. In recent years, I haven't been one to just like get upset or anything.
Yeah.
Like I've had relationships where they will try to argue about absolutely nothing, and I'm sitting there 4 or 5 weeks out, and I'm just like, why are we arguing about this? What is the point of this?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I get. I don't really care to like hold any kind of anger because it's just like, that's just such a waste of your energy already. You're so drained.
And it's true.
I don't know. That's just how I see it.
I'm very lucky because her and I don't argue.
Good.
We literally don't. We'll talk about it and it's like, okay, cool. We can do an agreement.
I think the only thing that happened recently, that's where I got irritated is, I I had my Omni-Man suit on, and
Mom called it.
but she was like pulling the finger, or no, she was pulling right here, and I was like, hey, don't pull it from the top because I don't want it to rip. And she's like, it's not gonna rip. And I was like, hey, don't pull it from the top, it's gonna rip. And I will say wrongfully, got irritated because like as a big person, I know how tight clothes work on me. And if it's like pulled the wrong, like I was trying to like just get the fingers out.
Yeah.
And then, but like I haven't been like, man, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, you get irritated with this.
I do. I mean, we all do.
What are you running right now?
You want to get my whole
I want stack and doses.
I am doing 750 test.
What test?
I'm doing Sustanon right now.
Okay.
I'll probably switch to prop maybe at like 3-4 weeks out. I'll have to wait and hear back on that. 450 mast.
E or P?
P.
Okay.
225 trend. I'm doing 0.7 Retta every 3 days. I'm doing 1 8x a day, which I think is what's making me so robot-ish.
Probably, yeah.
Is that 1 meg or 0.5?
1 meg. Yeah. I actually asked him recently, I'm like, why have I been on 1 meg for so long?
Yeah.
Just because I want to know. Obviously, I want to learn.
Yeah.
I do think 1 meg pretty far out was kind of a lot.
And it was
A day. And then I'm doing 25 per Byron now and 25 wind chill. And then I'm doing 790 lose growth. And that's all.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandy for prolactin.
Okay. Nice.
Not that I have those issues, but I isn't so.
I don't want to get them.
No.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is that like a, that's it? Like that's nothing, or that's it?
No, you were just like, that's
like,
it. I was like,
stack.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's all everything's really low right now.
No, it's not
Yeah.
anything crazy. Oh, no, yeah, it's just being stupid.
It's a balanced stack.
I think that for being an open
Yeah.
bodybuilder, that's actually pretty mild.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But yeah, and what's crazy is like this is the least of anything I've ever done, especially this far out. Granted, it's like a grocery list,
Yeah.
but the doses are so low, and then I feel like I look my best I've ever looked.
Yeah, you look really good.
Yeah, you do.
You do look really good. So I'm doing 75 mgs test probe every other day. 400.
What does that add up to?
Well, so some weeks, this is where it's interesting, is like some weeks you get 4 injections and sometimes it's 4 injections.
So 300.
300 on the higher weeks. I do 400 mgs of EQ every other day. So some weeks I'm doing 1600 EQ. Now we bumped it. We bumped it when we had to turn that mast out.
Okay.
Because the mast was problematic, and he was like, "Well, it does have kind of anti-E properties." He's like, "I don't want to bump your test. I don't want to bump your trend."
Yeah.
And we don't really trust Primo right now. So he's like, just bring your EQ up. You respond well to it. My bloods look fine.
Okay.
So we weren't concerned.
Yeah. That's fair.
I handle EQ really well.
Do you get hungry on it?
Hungry and shit, dude.
I mean, I'm eating how much you're doing, but I don't get the hunger.
Not everyone does. It's like a 50-50 shot. Like some people do, some don't. But you know what EQ is made for, right? Do you know what EQ was made for?
No. Was it for cancer patients? Or?
So equipoise is closely related to the word equestrian. It was made for horses, to inject it into horses to increase their appetite. Yeah, a lot of people do, but they kind of like forget it. So that's why you get that uptick in hunger. But again, it's not everybody. And I thought it wasn't made for you.
Well, you are a horse.
Bulls. Yeah. But yeah, so then I'm on 100 Trenace every other day.
So that's 400 a week on the high weeks.
Yeah. And then 100 Winstraw every day.
Every day, 100.
We just started that.
That is insane.
So that's good.
If you don't mind me asking, how's your liver and like any labs?
Fine.
Okay.
We just started.
What do you know? Oh,
We just
taking anything for that?
Did he gone that high with Winnie before?
Yeah. I was fine.
See, I read actually, not to cut you off, but I read it back in, I want to say like 80s, not 80s, like 90s, early 2000s. What guys would do when they would be at like 50 wind stroll, and then they do like 100 the last few weeks.
Tied them up
Just to really
yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how what we're gonna do is like 100 into this show for only I think a total of like 10 days.
Okay.
And then we'll likely back off to 50
Okay.
and then scale it back up again.
So high day is 300 prop, high weeks 1600 EQ. It's so funny to say. I feel good.
I'm on 250.
Yeah. High days
Oh,
400.
Yep.
Or high weeks. 101 stroll a day.
And then we just upped this. I'm now doing 2 mgs of ADEX every day
Okay.
because of my estrogen problem.
Okay. And you said you started Lactosol as well.
I started Letro, so I'm doing 2.5 Letro every other day. Exemestane, I'm doing 12. I'm on a baby cycle. Exemestane is 12.5 every evening
So you're doing Exemestane and ADEX.
and Letro.
I mean, your estrogen was like more than double with the high.
It was like a female number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to like get it because show's coming up so quick. We have to get it ready. This is all like this is not a standard thing. This is the EQ dose and all these AIs is damage.
It's damage control.
Oh, wait, so it's a
lot fire to put on.
is your ADEX a peak week thing or your ADEX has been like that?
His ADEX is like that because his estrogen came back because his mass was actually test
Yeah,
earlier in our conversation.
That's right.
So he could be like doubling his testosterone dose right now. But I'm assuming even before you were doing the prop, you're doing other tests.
sussed.
Well, how much? Like 700?
750 and then 1,000 on high weeks.
Okay, so if you're doing 1,000 on your high weeks, were you doing mass at any point with the sus?
Yeah.
So then you're doing at least 300. That could be you're doing like 1,300 tests plus.
It was more.
Oh, no.
It was for sure more than that. It was probably closer to like 2 grams.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really on any AIs at the time. So that was the issue.
So your estrogen is going to shoot through the roof.
So yeah, this is all damage control. And it's not an ideal situation, but it is what it is. So
Yeah. I mean, you still have 6 weeks to go for nationals.
yeah,
So you can make up a lot of ground.
You're doing national stuff.
I'm doing Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show coming up is just kind of like a warm up,
Yeah.
but we also need to use it for data. So we need to be peeled.
I mean, I'm glad you found this out before nationals because if you found out
That would have been
as you're going on nationals,
terrible. We've been terrible. So yeah, that's all my gear. And then we dropped, I was doing 6 IUs of pharma growth, but we dropped it down to 4. And then now for tomorrow it goes down to 2. Just to help get rid of water. I've been doing 5 units of Humalog pre-workout. And I take 2 units before fasted cardio. So that's because when you wake up, blood glucose will spike. It's called the dawn phenomenon.
Yeah.
So take a little bit of insulin, bring it down, so I'm not wasting time on cardio. So I'll do like 100 reps of abs first, get my heart rate up a little bit, and then I'll hop on cardio. So, I forgot. I'm 80 mics of Clen. That went down to 40 now. 20 mgs Cardarine pre-cardio. 12.5 T3. That just came back in. We took it off.
Did I give my T3 dose?
No.
I'm doing 25
Okay, so you're doing a whole one.
and then 60 clen.
Okay. And then I'm doing 500 MCGs of SLU, but I actually
How do you
just
like
stopped it. I like it. It's the reason I threw it in is because it has a synergistic effect with EQ, and they're seeing that it can increase endurance. And I did notice a difference with that. It was very beneficial in that case, especially as high as my EQ doses. So I was throwing that in. That was good. And 0.75 Retta every week. But I split it into 3 injections because I noticed if I do one big shot of it, it's too much. And then I can't use the bathroom very well. So I do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 0.25. Super simple. And I think that's everything. My blood pressure.
Before we move on to the next topic,
Yes.
our last question was, how do you know when a client is ready?
Oh, we got way off topic.
It is okay because we're going to go to the next topic from what we're at right now. Really quick.
We were like,
Yeah.
I personally think that a client is ready. I mean, it depends on how serious they want to be. If they want to go in and they want to win, then you're not ready right away if you're brand new to working out, you're brand new to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But if you want to go in and have fun and then keep doing bodybuilding because you love it, then I think you can be ready whenever you want, personally. Like, you don't have to go in and be the biggest person if you're doing open. You don't have to go in and be the biggest person if you're doing classic or physique or, you know. I mean, obviously don't go on stage and be someone extremely overweight and you're trying to do wellness or bikini. But what I'm saying is you don't have to have the most perfect conditioning and size necessarily in order to jump on stage. Obviously you want to look good, but you don't need to try to glutes your first show. Personally, if you want to do it because you love it, I don't think that you need to have those things going for you. If you want to like keep doing it because you love it, if you're like, I want to go in and win my first show, then yes, you do need that.
I agree, but also what I always tell people is, as expensive as this is, let's get the most out of what you,
Of course.
for. Yeah. Now, granted, like if it's someone's first show and they don't really know if they're gonna continue, if they are someone who wants to be enhanced, I'm very, 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 very on the low end with drugs.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, look, you need to find out if you love this first. And then we can have that conversation of like kind of how your cycle looks, how my cycle looks. Obviously, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
It's very different now. And we're also trying to compete to go pro.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it. But if it's their first show, they don't need a ton. You know, they don't need to run trend. They don't even really need Winstrol. Unless there's someone who's already been using gear and now they're like, hey, I want to compete. That'd be a different conversation. But if you're just trying to jump into it, like, I would be very wild with drugs. If at all. I would probably listen to it. Yeah. Yeah. Realistically.
I never try to tell someone to do anything like that.
Yeah, no.
I actually encourage people to stay natural. I don't think that using PEDs when you're not doing any kind of a sport is, I personally do not think it is acceptable at all. Personally, not acceptable, but like, I don't think you should be taking Deca, Tren, and all these other crazy drugs if you are not planning on going on stage.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch train if I wasn't competing.
No.
I agree with that. But I would say though, taking gear has made me a lot of money too. So there is the other aspect of things that
We are a billboard.
Yeah, but you can do like testosterone, growth hormone, and then you can do like peptides and things like that.
yeah, no. So like
Purposes. But
because like where Winstrol and Tran would like come into play, only if I don't need to look that good to go make.
no, you don't even need Plan or T3 now. You can just do SLU.
Yeah. I'm not on any fat burners right now. My stack is basically my ADEX is only 0.25 every other day. So like I'm barely taking it right now. So
No, but what I'm mainly saying is I just don't think that people should be taking PEDs just to like look good around the gym. If you're modeling, sure, jump on some stuff, but you can keep your PEDs low.
You know what we need is test and WAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
There's guys out there that look nuts at like age 40, 50 years old that are doing testosterone and Anavar.
Yeah, also guys out there that are doing a lot of stuff and don't look very good.
Yeah.
So there's also that, right?
Then,
Yeah, it goes back into how committed are you to a program.
honestly, if someone comes up to me in the gym and this was when I was at a public gym, and they would question PEDs or anything, and they would question me about it, I would be like, I would know every single person in the gym, at the gym that I was at. And this sounds really dick, but I'd point at someone and they would specifically be out of shape. And I would know this person. And I would like, do you see that man over there? Yeah. With the belt. Yeah. He's taking PEDs.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Yes.
Most of the people you see.
No, he is.
He's a whole gym is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they'll look at us and I'm like, well, I could look like that if I took care of it.
No,
You couldn't, dude. No, you couldn't. Because you can't even follow a diet. You can't do cardio.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But don't try to sit and say it's steroids. Because I actually made a video about this, but like steroids don't get you up to do your cardio. They don't have you fight through like you're starving right now. You're mentally getting through that. That's not PEDs doing that.
Well, too, and then on the flip side, all three of us could completely, if we wanted to, all three of us could completely like fuck up our physique in the next 2 to 3 weeks if we wanted to.
Yeah.
It's that easy. And we wouldn't change our cycle, you know? It's so worse. The exact opposite.
But if I ate like an asshole, I'd blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably blow up 25, 30 pounds in the next 2-3 weeks if I wanted to.
Oh, does it ring? When you do that,
What?
does that ring still fit when you, like in your peak off season? Does that fit? Okay.
This isn't even so. I bought this because it was bigger than the wedding band that my wife bought me. Because the wedding band right now doesn't even fit me.
The only reason I'm sidetracking on that is just because when you're in the off season, for us at least, we're putting on like 40 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, who knows?
It's the rubber ones.
Oh yeah,
And that's what I usually wear, but I was like, oh, I'm not in the gym today, so I'll just.
my size is 15 and a half.
Yeah, that's about what I go to in the off season. Yeah, you can buy. She got me this really big, like just gold circular one for like an off season ring because I was like, I don't want to not wear a ring.
Yeah.
So we got one of those from when we went out, and then other than that, like in the gym, I just wear the silicone.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can get packs that's like, dude, the silicone packs are super cheap and get a bunch of different colors.
Whoops. Just get my notes. Would you say that you would prefer PEDs or peptides?
PEDs.
What if someone wants to know just for aesthetic purposes?
Stay natural.
Just stay natural?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's so much. I mean, that I think
It's so much more
you
than
can
just
accomplish. Because in my opinion, it's kind of like the same aspect. Like when you'd ask them, okay, have you accomplished everything that you can naturally attain? Okay. So go do the natural route, get everything you can out of it. And then if you want to go to the next level, go PEDs. That's personally, that would be my advice because, if they're saying I want to inject something or I want to take some sort of your supplement, then I'm not saying don't do peptides. I'm just saying you're going to pick one or the other. I would go PEDs. And then additionally, it's like, I think it all just comes back down to like, if someone's like, oh, I don't want to take PEDs, but I'm down to take peptides, just stay natural. You can do so much naturally.
Yeah.
You can still diet. You can still build muscle. You can still get shredded.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the PEDs.
I think that depending on the peptide, it's almost a waste of money.
I agree.
For example,
I agree.
if you're like, hey, I'm going to do CJC and ipamorelin, and it's like, okay, well, if you're an enhanced person, why don't you just take growth hormone? Because instead of spending like $200, almost $300 for like a couple weeks worth of a supply, you could spend $200 more at least.
Yeah.
Get growth hormone, and you'll have better results.
Yeah.
Well, also too, most of the time, you don't know if that test form is real or if it's real.
Yeah.
You really don't know because there's so many companies that have just popped up out of nowhere, especially overnight.
What's funny is everybody and their mother for these companies talks about how high their quality is. And it's like, I was Kyle, actually. Kyle. I don't know his last name. Vanilla?
Oh, yeah.
Kyle in a group chat one time said he worked for like one of those Chinese companies where they have all the pharmaceutical powders coming in. And he was saying that something like in the 90 percentile range is coming from China and they just like kind of distribute it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So from my understanding, there's like all these companies that are raving and raving about their quality. Everybody's getting the same powder. Everybody's getting the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, the rods are all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
So it's just, it's entertaining to me to see everybody so fixated on the percentage of their peptides when everybody is hitting those percent. Ours is 97% pure. Well, ours is 97% pure. Well, ours is 97+% pure. And it's just like,
well, and to go further, like on the question of this, like, I think certain peptides in certain situations can be extremely beneficial.
HCG
or anybody. I will say, like in the case of Retta or SLU, and this happens very commonly if you have a Hispanic client or an African American client, their blood glucose typically rides a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
So short term, utilizing like an SLU or a Retta, or even a combo of the both,
I didn't know that was a thing.
will help control blood glucose and insulin sensitivity. And that's very, very common with like darker skin, whether it's Hispanic.
I don't think I have any darker
African
skin.
American. It happens with anyone who's overweight. And so if someone is stuck, like, well, Hispanic and African American, they're actually more predisposed genetically to getting diabetes. So theirs does run a little higher.
Okay.
But anyone who's a little more overweight, their blood glucose is going to be skewed. And they're, if they're a lifestyle client, you're not going to starve them like you would a prep client. That's a very different case. So if we threw in a little bit of SLU here, control the blood glucose, help that weight come off more effectively without killing them, and then you pull it back out, I think that there is an application for it at a very, very, very low dose.
Okay.
And the great thing about SLU is it's just a pill. They don't have to shoot anything.
Or powder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy. But to go even further, what I really wish is people would focus more on how locked in they can be on diet, cardio, workouts, rather than what can I buy to get there.
Yeah.
I think that's the key component. Is if I have somebody who is doing everything, and I know they are, and then I say, hey, you know what, check your blood glucose.
I have a client right now, actually, and he is always texting me, hey, I want to try this. Hey, I want to try that. Hey, I want to try this. And before I tell him no, I ask him why.
Right.
Why do you want to try this? Like, well, I just saw a YouTube video on this. And I was like, why are you going to YouTube? I'm like, if you're going to tell me you saw a YouTube video, at least tell me why you're picking that. Why do you want to try that? And he never have an answer. Yeah, exactly. He never has an answer as to the why. It's usually just like, well, I heard this is a great thing for beginners, or I heard this. And then I'm like, well, right now, you're eating a very minimal 3 meals. Let's work our way up to 4 meals. And then after that, we will work our way up to 5 meals. And then after that, we will work our way up to maybe 6 meals. And then once you can obtain those 6 meals, then maybe we can have that conversation and we'll circle back around. But if you're only doing like 3 meals a day, you're not weighing out your chicken. And this is just a lifestyle client right now. He's like just getting into working out basically for the first time. And I'm trying to more guide him and teach him rather than just tell him what to do. Because like,
it's better that way.
I don't, I feel like that's what we should be doing, so that they at least have knowledge when they leave. But I always want him to come to me. I was like, next time you watch one of those videos, if you're going to have that approach with me, give me a why. So then at least you're not just saying, I want to do this just because I want to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Even though I'm still going to say no. I'm going to say no, but give me the why.
Why?
You know?
Natural or?
He's natural. Yes.
Okay.
He was a very like overweight person.
Yeah.
And then now he had a very extreme diet to lose, I think, like 40, 50 pounds, and like very extreme. And now he came to me after that, and he wants to like put on some muscle. I'm like, okay, so you have to be okay with the scale going up, because he was very heavy.
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old am I? I think he's like 35.
Does he have blood work?
No, he literally just started with
check his test. Well, after 25, test levels naturally decline.
Well, yeah.
And if he's overweight,
yeah,
he's overweight, estrogen goes up, testosterone will crash from that. You know,
I've seen testosterone crash in I wouldn't say obese, but overweight 25-year-old.
I will get to that, but I think right now financially that would put a lot of stress on him.
The blood work?
No, if he has to go and get like testosterone and pay for testosterone.
Oh, I get TRT clinic.
That still gets expensive. So
it's cheaper. Or you could.
The math comes out to like a 300 mg/ml vial for just TRT doses would last like 2.5 months.
No, I feel like him going to, yes, all of it would stress him out financially, because right now he is a lifestyle client that is not working a full-time real adult job. No disrespect, but he is in a seasonal position right now And he gave up like a management position because it was just a lot of stress. Now, granted, I do believe that if he applied himself at his job, that he can stay there. But I don't want him to have to be like, well, now I have to drop $150 to $250 depending on what labs he's getting done for this lab work. And then it's like, well, now I have to spend money on testosterone. And I'm like, I want him to at least build habits of food first, and then we will go down that hormone route. So it's not like I don't want him to get blood work done or anything right now. I just want him
financially.
I just want him to financially not have to focus on those things right now, build those habits for diet, and then it's like, okay, now we can focus on doing this. Because I've only been with him literally, I think we're coming up on a month next week. And so it's like
these habits.
And he came to me and he didn't sign up with me for like 3 weeks. Because he like laid everything out on me. And I was like, okay, we kind of got to do like really big babies, not big baby steps, but like baby steps in order to get him to where he wants to get.
I wouldn't recommend Gary in the first one.
Exactly. Yeah. But I still want him to come.
I'm actually surprised he's coming to you about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is why I'm saying, like, give me a why.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to say no.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to just be like, hey, I want to do this because I'm going to build muscle. Hey, I'm going to do this because this is
doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You need the habits first.
It's like, it's all tools.
Because to caveat off that, I think like kind of what we were saying in terms of like overweight age with the testosterone levels, this, that, and the third. If he was with you for like 5-6 months and he was dealing with low test issues, then that would be the case. But I would say in the first like 1 month to 5 months, just these lifestyle habits changes, diet changes, training changes, increase testosterone on its own.
Yes.
So
and dropping the body.
The timeline changes.
And I'm kind of real with him too, because he like will send me. He sent me like photos of Brian Terry. He's like, I want to look like this with him. I'm like, bro,
me too.
I was going to say, I think.
Hold on. But I am honest with him. I'm like, hey, if you ate 6 to 7 meals every single day for 5 years, and you're doing your shows for 5 years straight, you didn't miss a beat, you didn't miss a meal, you didn't miss a cardio session,
you still wouldn't.
And you didn't. Well, and you didn't. That too.
Yeah.
And you didn't miss like any of your PEDs that you have to take.
Yeah.
Then maybe you will almost look like that, but not to that degree.
Probably not.
But if your genetics are good, but I'm saying for 5 years, you are not missing a single beat. And I mean, like, instead of you have to be perfect 100%. And what I mean by that is like, okay, it's off season. Did you have a slice of pizza? Yes, you did. Okay, you're not 100% perfect. Okay, it's the off season. Did you have that In-N-Out burger, but you kind of enjoyed it rather than going and eating your meal? Or did you have that on top of all of your meals? Okay, well, you're not 100% perfect. Hey, it's the off season. Did you have, and I'm going to say this, do you have a sugar soda? Like, when I'm saying 100%, I mean like absolutely, like,
what if these emails are part of your off-season program?
But that's fine. But I think all three of us can admit that in our off season we have enjoyed a cheat meal without being told to enjoy a cheat meal.
No.
Yes, but maybe I think like
for the first year.
In my first year,
in the first year,
the last off season was perfect.
You had a protein bar when we went to Vegas, though.
Yeah, I was allowed to.
That was not in your plan, having a protein bar. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm saying I haven't seen anything with you, Bobby. But I'm saying 100%.
No, the metrics bar.
Yeah, the metrics bar.
He had metrics bar, cream of rice with this, that, and the third, or another one.
He had a metrics bar in your plan.
Yeah. I used it all the time.
That's the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah. My plan looked a lot different in yours.
Because I could have sworn you had to be like, I could have sworn in that conversation you were saying something like you had to have like chicken and something. And you're like, I'm just going to have a metrics bar. And I was like, cool. At least you're getting protein in.
I don't specifically remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying all three of us, I think you're just lying, Bobby.
You can ask Danny, dude.
I programmed metrics bars as well, actually. In my clients.
Not even once.
So only time was my first prep. and I was 2 weeks out.
But I'm saying off season specifically, not prep,
Prep or
because I was like dying.
off? Oh yeah, okay.
And it's so funny because I ate a burrito.
You spit it out.
No, dude, no, I ate the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And then I went in to see my coach at the time the next day, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you look incredible. This is the best you've looked." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I ate yesterday."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, cool. I was going to give you a refeed anyways." I was like, "Well, you didn't. I haven't had a meal in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So I got a meal, and it worked." So it was strategic. But in the off season, if I'm not told, honestly, even if I'm told to get a cheat, I'll feel guilty about it. So like this prep, we cut down really hard, you know this, and then we did like a building phase. And in that building phase, every rest day was a cheat meal.
Okay.
So some weeks that was 2 times, some weeks that was
So then you have them specifically planned every week.
yes.
In a sense like that, then yes. But I mean like outside, because there have been moments where I will enjoy canes. Talking about canes.
Yeah.
I will enjoy canes. Like,
See, my thing, dude, is like I want to make the most out of what I'm doing. And I don't have the best genetics. I don't have terrible genetics, but like I know I don't have shape like a lot of the guys do. And so for me, I know that if I miss anything in the off season, whether that be sleep, food, supplements, whatever it may be, I'm going to remember on stage if I lose
It gives you anxiety.
that day. I have to be 100% because I don't have those elite next level genetics. I would say decent to good, but
yeah,
I need to make up for the rest of it to keep up with guys that have shape like you or like the black dudes with tiny little waist. Like to keep up and even have a fighting chance, I have to be perfect year round.
I think what would give me the anxiety or make me overthink at a show is if I went off on prep. If I had,
I'll think about all of it.
I would only.
I'll remember, like, I'll be like, that one night I slept 6 hours and that's why I lost. That's how my brain works.
Mine's like a day-to-day anxiety. It's like if I cheat today, I'm gonna be like having anxiety about like what tomorrow's gonna look like how I'm gonna wake up. Am I gonna gain weight? Am I gonna look like shit in the morning? Am I gonna retain more water? Like I don't make the day prior sacrifice to how I'm gonna feel shitty the next day.
Yeah.
That's not my mindset with cheating on my diet works. It's normally like I don't want to deal with how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. Normally if I cheat on my diet, if I were to like go have a burger right now, I'd have a good rest of the day. I'd probably sleep good tonight.
Good.
Yeah, I'd sleep good tonight, but I'd be like, fuck, I shouldn't have that burger yesterday. Yeah.
It's over. Yay.
I know.
Yeah. How do you think fitness has changed for the better or worse?
Who wants to go first?
Fitness. Just fitness?
Like the industry.
Yeah, industry.
It was a question that we got, but I think they meant the fitness industry.
Yeah.
How has it changed for the better and how has it changed for the worse? I think it has changed for the better because it has become much more mainstream, which is great.
They'll bring money in.
Not even speaking the money aspect. I'm speaking in like how much obesity is in America.
Yeah. Well, I was talking like an athlete standpoint.
Yeah. But so people are moving more. There's a ton of different gyms that fit each person. So you've got CrossFit, you've got powerlifting specific gym, bodybuilding gyms, you've got Planet Fitness for the more basic level or like anytime fitness. Like there's something for everybody now. Where before there were a lot of people, it was just bodybuilding gyms and people were too intimidated to go in. So
Yeah.
I think there's a very positive.
There's no more valleys.
Yeah, that's a bummer, but no.
Valleys. It's like Valley's Total Fitness or something like that. It was like back in like early 2000s, maybe 2010s.
That was popping.
And honestly, from what I heard, it was a little big social.
I'm only 31.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I heard, Valley's was also like a big social club too. Like a lot of people went there.
They would just go hang out.
Yeah,
Yeah. But so I think it's positive in that aspect that there is something for everybody.
yeah.
But the massive, massive negative, there's a bunch of negatives because of social media. Everybody's a coach. They shouldn't be. I'll say that. I've even had clients who they start posting that they're coaches now. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I've seen how you macro diet. You should not coach anybody. No disrespect. Take the time to learn it because you are taking people's health into your hands.
Yeah.
Even if they're not enhanced, like you are in control of that person's health.
Yeah.
And just because you got a good physique yourself does not mean you can coach it.
Yeah.
So I think that's terrible. I think number two, what you said, yes. Everyone having a voice via social media, tons of bullshit information. Tons of it.
Yeah.
And now because of that, also this kind of goes back into our last topic of peptides. Well, now there's posting about peptides. Oh, hey, I'm selling this peptide. Oh, hey, look, I take this peptide at this dose and I'll sell it to you for this deal. You should do it too. And it's just so accessible and easy to get now. That's also a problem.
Yeah. They pass prices.
Why?
They pass prices.
Absurd.
We'll and
We were in the snow. Yeah. We went to a gym, and we left. Like, we're not going.
$50?
I think it was 50, right? We're not going in.
Was it in Vegas or in the Olympia?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I know what gym that is, though.
I was gonna say I know a gym here.
It was local-ish.
Local-ish.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, like, well, let's go. We went, and went to a gym, and they let us in for free. Like, bless your soul. Saved us $100.
You guys have anything to add to that? Positives, negatives?
I think that everybody having a voice is the
Yeah,
biggest negative because all bodybuilding is science-based. But when I refer to science-based, I'm talking about the people that are like, well, you should lift like this and you should be doing this. And dude, one of the questions I got for the podcast, I don't even care to get into. It was like, do you incorporate periodization, micro, macro, and then some other word for lifting? And I was like,
For lifting?
yes.
Fuck would you do that for?
So micro periodization basically is like your short-term goals. Macro periodization is like weekly goal. And then I literally was like, this takes all of the fun out of bodybuilding.
I leave my journal at home, buddy.
So those are the kinds of things that I think are for the worst. Now, granted, if you're an average person and you're like, I want to get stronger, then yes, having those micro goals, all those little tiny steps. That's
Yes, but also why overcomplicate progressive overload? If I did a 50 pounds this week, well, next week I want to try 52 or 55.
I mean, I made it super simple. I literally remember this to this day. Like, my first fight in the gym, I was not bodybuilding by any means. I just knew I wanted to go hit the hundreds at some point in time on incline dumbbell press. That was my goal. And it took me a while, and I kept getting better and better and better. And then I eventually I hit the 100.
Progressive overload.
I didn't, yeah,
I
exactly.
don't have to complicate.
I just made a simple goal. I'm like, those are heavy as fuck. I want to go press those there.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, okay, I need to do like a 20% and then 15, 35.
Do the first minute.
now, I would just went in and had fun.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
exactly.
the thing. When you get into like percentages, let's say you go to the gym on a bad day.
Yeah.
And you can't hit your 70% for 10 reps.
Yeah.
Okay.
What good does that do you?
Well, at that point, though, that's like that's info that you can take back, and that's data. And then you're like, maybe I need to do it.
Yes. But we can establish that.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't know how to read their body that way. So for me, like especially this close to a show, I go off what I feel.
Yeah. Just go in and work. Just make sure you have good form.
Like obviously,
Make sure you have
weight to go down, weight to go down. But am I controlling it? Am I contracting? Am I getting a pump? Oh, I have that session.
And I think maybe this comes from like, I feel like even I have said it when I first started my business. Do you think, because I feel like a lot of unsuccessful coaches say this, that's my opinion on the matter, but do you think that it is necessary to hire a coach when you get started?
Right when you get started?
Right when you get started.
I don't think you need a coach. Right?
So have you guys heard that before though?
Hire a coach.
Where
Right?
it's like, oh, you don't know what to do, hire a coach. Instead of, okay, go maybe spend a year or maybe 6 months at least and figure it out.
Go into the gym and get to know your body. Like, yes, I mean, really quick.
I've just first heard that.
One of the biggest things I got respect for was I was in a public gym one time, and these two girls were clearly new, and one of them was reading the machine on how to use it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a smart person right there.
Well, there's
And then she grabbed the handle that was already on, and it was the handle that wasn't for that machine. It was, it was maybe like an easy bar handle on a lat pull down or something. Now, granted, you can do that, but I was like, I was like, you know what? This is the kind of person that I feel like does need help. And I walked up and I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to be that person, but try this handle instead. This is the handle that you're reading about actually using. Good job reading the machine.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point, like being that new to the gym and someone actually reads the machines, because how often do you see anyone like
no.
reading a machine on how to?
Well,
Yeah,
I haven't. I've never seen it either. I can see it from two different angles, right? Like there's a ton of information that can be utilized
yeah,
that people starting out could use. But even back to our last topic, there's a ton of bad information too.
yeah.
You know, did you guys see that stupid trend where people were doing chest exercises on the fucking adductor machine?
You're lying.
Yeah, dude,
Were they not just
no, that was serious, and it was going on for like 6 months. And I had people be like, "Hey, can we program this?" And I go, "Why in the fuck would we do that?" Yeah, so they're like, "Well, I saw it on TikTok," and I go, "Do me a favor. Anything you see on TikTok, don't do it."
Yeah.
And so that's where I could see, depending on the level of seriousness that person may or may not have, I wouldn't black and white say, yes, hire a coach. No, don't hire a coach.
Like if you're doing everything on TikTok, I think you'd be
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm making though, is if you're going to get your information from TikTok, from fitness influencers, I'm going to take a shot at fitness influencers. They're all terrible. I trained a very, very, very well-known fitness influencer and she knew nothing.
I know.
Yet she made like $1 million a year giving people programs. Beyond that,
$1 million a year.
She paid me to revise her
$1 million. That's what you got to charge her.
Yeah, she paid me for it, and she charged me to adjust all of her programs because she said, "Oh, I took this to a nutritionist, and I told her these many calories, but she bumped it to this, and I don't know why." And I'm like, because what you're doing is unhealthy.
See, that's the thing. If you're a nutritionist, you're not going to know bodybuilding. If you're
This isn't for bodybuilding.
Oh,
this was not for. This is for. She's just helping women. So
no. But she's having your diet adjusted by someone else.
No. So she took her diet that she wrote to a nutritionist.
Got it.
Nutritionist was like, no. You need to give these people more food. This is harmful. She got mad about that. Came to me, wanted me to write it with, X, Y,
she's having you ghost write all of her clients' stuff.
Yeah.
That okay. And then I thought she was taking your program, going to a nutritionist, and then coming back to you.
No. So then beyond that, I also trained her husband. And I really don't care if they watch this. But I got him in incredible shape. And then all of a sudden, guess who also became a fitness? Him started posting what to do.
Influencers are like, yeah, go for it.
What to do, when to do it. Oh, here's how I got fit. And I'm like, oh, bro, you didn't mention the TRT dose that we needed because your testosterone was thin. Why don't you tell me when you did that to get in shape? So right after he started doing that, I dropped him both his clients because I was like, I'm not going to do this, dude.
When you say fitness influencer, do you mean like he was giving programs, or he was just like posting like, hey, check out my work?
So they ran the business together. And basically what he did was he used me getting him in shape to further fuel their business for them to get more clients. So they're just pocketing all his money. I wasn't charging them all that much. And they didn't pay me all that much. Between the two of them, I think monthly, I wasn't even making $1,000. And they took everything and they used it and they just stockpiled more money. That to me, like, I don't care. I have clients who will use my stuff. It's fine. I have clients who are trainers. That's totally fine. Give credit where credit's due. Don't go in, make your already $1 million business more money off of my programs and claim it's your own. And then also lie about the workouts you're doing. Like she would post, oh, these are the workouts on how I built my glutes. I'm like, no.
Is it who I think you're talking about?
I don't know if you know. I don't want to say it on camera. I don't want to say any names. I'll tell you after. But this was before I met you.
Yeah, they did a wellness show.
Never competed.
Oh, never mind.
No. Never competed.
Okay, never mind.
No, she just wanted to be in shape to sell more plants, which she didn't know how to run. Her programs were
See,
awesome.
that's a totally different road that they're going down.
Right. But the only reason I brought that up is because it ties back into fitness influencers giving poor information. And if someone new is looking at it and they just like this person, they're going to do what they say. You know, but she's telling girls to eat 1,000 calories a day, and that's not as shit. I'm like, no, metabolic damage. And guess what she had when she came to me? Metabolic damage.
There's so many different trends that have gone for that are negative trends. Like, have you like the HCG diet? Women would like do like HCG while they're eating like 900 calories or something.
That's ridiculous.
And it's like, yeah,
No, so I'm not going to black and white say yes, hire a coach when you're new. No, don't hire a coach. I think there's an application for each. But if you are not going to hire a coach, be smart about where you're getting your information.
absolutely. Just don't believe everyone on TikTok and Instagram. I think that just everyone has a voice, and that's a really negative thing, because it doesn't take a lot for someone to just see X amount of followers and then they believe everything that person says.
I'm going to make a very, very aggressive comparison right now. But let's look at like dictators. They said some outlandish stuff.
Absolutely.
And they had a massive following, people who deified them. Now, granted, this is a stressful comparison, but how different is a fitness influencer who's spewing false information than a dictator giving propaganda saying this group of people is bad? Yeah, people all believe it. And again, very extreme comparison, but that's how I see it. Is that was like pre-social media. They were able to get that following and get insane support. And it's like, so now via social media, all you have to do, boom, I'm going to post something. Yeah, I'm going to write GPT out. Yeah, dude, that's the thing.
I see them use ChatGPT for their captions.
That, and actually now people are ChatGPTing their programs for clients.
Yeah,
it's easy to spot, super easy to spot, because it's a lot of super little asterisks and points and stuff that most people are not going to take the time to put in a program.
No.
So they're doing it for diet, they're doing it for gear, they're doing it for peptides, everything. And there are actually some top bodybuilding coaches that are doing this.
I would not be surprised.
No, I know for a fact that they're doing that, or they have someone who is doing their programs for them who is doing ChatGPT. They're not even doing them. They're just the things.
Yeah.
So even some competitors, Olympians, are doing it.
It's very easy to just get away with. Yeah, let me just, all you need to give me a diet for someone that weighs 198 pounds, if you male, it's 41 years old,
it'll break,
and then it's going to break it all down.
Everything down.
And it's like, okay, but where is it pulling? It's because it's taking the information from everywhere. What does ChatGPT use? Google?
I think it uses everything.
Okay, so it's pulling info for everything, and it's not taking anything else into consideration other than just like 198-pound male, 41 years old. This is what I need.
What's their blood work look like?
Yeah,
right. Because everyone's going to have a different metabolic output. Like 198 pounds, is he 7% body fat or is he 30% body fat?
That's not even to the extent of blood work, but then it's like, okay, ChatGPT, are you taking into consideration 150 grams of rice post-cooked or 150 grams of rice pre-cooked when you're talking about the calories?
Right.
Are you taking into consideration 5 ounces of chicken pre-cooked or 5 ounces of chicken post-cooked when you're talking about the calories?
It's going to be different.
When you say to use...
Well, here's the thing. You could tell ChatGPT to program it that way, but the people who are writing it, the question is, do they know that? Probably not if they're using ChatGPT.
Okay,
yes. So ChatGPT, if you said, okay, I need this amount of rice cooked, specify that. And I need this much, like make sure when you write this program for me, everything is cooked amounts. It will do that for you. You can customize ChatGPT as much as you want to, and it will do exactly what you prompt it to. The problem is, A, that takes away the customizability.
Yeah.
B, that's people essentially lying, having no integrity, and they're using their following just to do something that's not even their work. And then beyond that, my question will be, if they're really using ChatGPT for the programs, do they even know to program it and say, hey, I need this all cooked? Probably not.
No.
And that's why I say to listen to fitness influencers, because most of them are not very good at their job.
No,
I'm a huge beef for fitness influencers.
I mean, as you should. It's the thing is, it's just like I've seen guys that have tens of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
And some of the things that they say, I'm just like, why are you putting that in someone's program?
Yeah.
There's actually, I've had a guy come. He's also paid for it. I'm just checking my Ring camera, making sure my door's not like open. He closed all right. I have had a client come to me from someone that I'm almost certain has paid for their following because of their engagement is so low for having hundreds of thousands of followers. Their engagement is crazy low. Actually, I don't even care if this person sees it because he beats women.
Oh, yeah, be a few.
This guy is in a group chat where they go, "Hey Bobby, I just posted. Can you like it?" But not even just you. It's like the message goes to Daniel. The message goes to Danielle. The message goes to Annie's. And they're in this group chat where all these guys will start to jump on their page and comment like "looking great, King," or even like whatever comments, like, and it's not like they're paying for bots. Like it's real people that are acting as the bots,
right? And
they're commenting like fire emojis. Man, this is great. Whatever they're freaking saying,
yeah.
And it just to boost their engagement now. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you later. But this person had a client that I have now on like daily metformin on top of their growth, on top of MK677. And I was just like,
why would you run growth with MK? They do the same thing.
You know what's funny? Apparently this person got it from someone else that is a 90s Olympian. And I was like, yeah, it gets a lot deeper.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you don't need that if your blood work is, or if your blood glucose is looking great. You don't need
not even the blood glucose. Like the combining MK and the HGH, your A1C is gonna be through the roof.
Yeah, I personally am not a believer of doing MK with growth.
No, you do one or the other.
Some people believe that you can. I personally do not feel like you should be doing both of them. It's because it's a lot of stress on your pancreas, in my opinion.
And the A1C numbers, they're gonna drop because growth raises it, MK raises it.
Yeah. So this guy had him on like both of those, and on metformin. Maybe even my clients could watch this, but it's just those things. I'm like, why the hell is this guy giving out advice if you're having someone do all this stuff? And the metformin was programmed into their day-to-day life. And this guy doesn't even have blood glucose problems to begin with. So I'm just like, they're not high. I mean, maybe with the growth and the MK they were.
It was probably preventative because he ran into issues with the growth and MK together, driving blood glucose up. That does happen.
See, right now he doesn't have blood glucose problems.
Right, but he's also probably not on MK and growth anymore.
No.
Yeah.
He's doing the growth, but not MK and growth. But it's just like things like that. Anyone can say like, hey, go and take this.
Yeah.
It's not even without the dieting, with any kind of a protocol with supplementation,
mm-hmm.
These guys and girls have a voice of do all of this. And now it's getting worse because of peptide companies popping up left and right. And you have people now doing, well, hey, go take Retta. Well, hold on. Why are you taking Retta? Do you know why you're taking Retta?
And the worst part about that is the doses they're telling people to take.
Absolutely.
I saw him promote this guy. He's not even in good shape. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm taking 6 mgs a week. And I'm like,
that's a lot.
You look like shit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you look really bad. And you're saying, oh yeah, I eat all this and I'm taking 6 mgs. And I'm like, why are you telling people to do that? He's not an influencer. He might see this. He's a friend of mine.
So there are studies done where Retta was used up to about 20 milligrams a week, but I don't think you should be doing 20 milligrams a week. Here's it's also very expensive because some of those bottles are like $150, $250.
A few things there. If you have diabetes,
That's a different story.
I could see an application for a very high dose because we're trying to control. And I've actually seen some studies where it is curing that. Now, let's not forget, although it acts on 3 different receptors, it is still a GLP-1.
Are you saying cures type 1 or type 2?
It was type 1, I believe.
Like they're born with it?
It was helping mitigate.
Okay.
Type
I
2,
haven't read anything about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's helping cure type 2.
it's helping vastly with that blood glucose and nutrient partitioning and insulin sensitivity across the board.
Okay.
Okay, and they know that for a fact. Now, it being a GLP-1, we just saw high doses of GLP-1s make people go blind. Massive lawsuit. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me,
I don't even think all of them were doing high doses though. I think some of them were just having that side effect. They woke up blind.
but we got to keep in mind that that's a possibility, right? We don't know enough about Retta. We don't. We do know some of the benefits because yes, that's going to happen quick, but what's down the road? And so I see these people doing like 3, 4, 5, 6, however many milligrams a week. And I'm like, why don't you just follow a diet? Use a little bit of it. Now, what I will say is, in terms of bodybuilding, I think if you're not using it, you're going to get left behind. I think it is simply
In terms of bodybuilding, you will get left behind if you are not starting to utilize
because people who are using,
But if you're an average person, absolutely not.
I don't see a point unless you have blood glucose and insulin sensitivity issues.
If you have problems with that, yeah.
An application, but even further than that, I would say just use SLU.
I can also see it being used to rewrite dietary habits. Like if you're like
Short term, sure, I could see
Man,
that.
because I know someone that this happened to. Man, every time I go to, or someone's told me this, every time I go to the grocery store, I have to buy this because I see it. Now that's granted, you have to learn to control that yourself, but you won't get those cravings obviously with Retta, and then you
form a good habit,
and then you drop the Retta, and now you have those good habits, which usually should stick.
but you still don't need 3 to 6 milligrams a week. So that
No, well, I'm not even taking 3 milligrams.
I'm taking 0.75 a week.
Yeah,
75.
that's it.
You're taking what, 1.5?
On average, it'd be like 1.5 a week. Yeah.
So like I think that's top ceiling where you should dose to that.
Absolutely.
You know, I've even got a guy who just competed. He stepped on it like 265 pounds. He's a big boy. I didn't even have him over 1.5.
I feel like in terms of bodybuilding, obviously the it helping mitigate your blood glucose,
That's huge.
is a positive benefit, but specifically the dietary, not dietary, the cravings. It's curbing the cravings.
Yeah.
And making those not happen is also another huge thing because then you're not suffering.
Well, yeah. And here's the thing. The people on Retta are going to be able to push harder and further.
Exactly, because they're not feeling like absolute butthole in the gym.
You stand out
feel
pretty bad.
Yeah, you
To
will.
an extent, but the point is you can get far more.
But it kind of softens that.
Agreed. And a lot of people are like, I've even seen some bodybuilders coming out and saying something along the lines of, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, let's backtrack. Let's look in the 90s. Dorian Yates, first guy to use growth and slant. Look what happened. He won 6 Olympias. Yeah, then what happened after that? Everyone was like, oh shit, we got to do this. And then everyone started doing it. It's something that the sport will evolve.
Bodybuilding in terms, specifically bodybuilding, competing bodybuilding, in terms of all of these, I guess we could say, supplements and pharmaceuticals, I think that more times than not, they're ahead of the game and ahead of some sciences than your average doctor, or obviously not everybody that has a voice again is going to have the intelligence to be able to tell you what to take and how to take and why to take. But in terms of bodybuilding, they are way ahead. of an average person.
Well, yeah, because in bodybuilding, we're trying to find a way to push the extreme even further at all times.
Yes.
The only thing that makes me very weary is I think a lot of these peptides are extremely beneficial, but at what cost? We don't know. And,
No, that's true.
and to the listeners who maybe don't take steroids, they're going to be like, well, you guys are taking steroids. That's risky. But yes, but these things have been around. We know pretty likely what's going to happen. And we also know what markers you
And we
get
have
on blood.
coaches that have
Expertise with that.
Yeah.
We have a supplement protocol. Now, if we don't know, let's say SLU turns out it gives us insane liver toxicity. Well, maybe we need a double or triple ordinance cut and it keeps that under control. But we don't know that right now.
no.
That's kind of we know the benefits, we know what it can do, but we don't know the back end of it, what could potentially happen. And that's where like I'll hear guys who like, oh yeah, I take 1.5 of SLU every day. I'm like, why? 500 is more than enough. I've seen a massive change on just 500 mics.
There's a guy that I think he was doing like high doses of SLU on himself,
Okay.
and his blood work came back phenomenal.
Okay.
But I think that same guy is now coming out with his own GLP.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a different person.
Okay.
But I'm like almost 85, 90% sure it's the same guy. He's coming out with his own GLP. And it's like, I sent it to you.
The myostatin?
The GLP, yeah, GLP-6.
Yeah.
You got all this other stuff. And it's like,
We didn't talk about.
whoa.
So again, it's like we texted about this, but we'll obviously go on the podcast. We might as well say it again. Looks great. Looks shiny and nice on the
But you're dropping this bomb, and it's like, you don't know what any of this is going to cause.
No, and you don't know specifically, okay, what's the dose on this receptor versus this receptor versus this receptor? Whereas if you take something else that only acts on one, like, okay, prime example, something called 5-amino-1-MQ. Yeah, okay. Super beneficial for fat loss. It focuses on the NMMT receptor, and that's how it works. Okay, cool. Well, I'm only working on one receptor. But now if you give me something that's working on the GLP-1 and then the glucagon and then the NMMT, and then it's also uncoupling mitochondria like BAM15, and it's doing this and this and that's, well, okay, that's way too many moving parts on my end where I'm looking and I'm like, that's going to be a problem down the road.
Yes, because you don't know how, okay, if you're working on one thing specifically, like, here's an example. Let's say someone wants to cycle, and they're like, okay, I'm taking tests, I'm taking DECA, I'm taking Anadrol, I'm taking Tren, I'm taking whatever other, I'm taking SARMs with it too. And then they have this grocery list of things for their first cycle, and then they have these health problems.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what is causing what. I mean, chances are you can find out, but
Process of elimination, yeah.
But exactly. But now you're going to have to eliminate things, and those products that come out that do 50 things in one. It's like the face and body wash for men and shampoo.
Yeah.
You don't know what,
Dude,
you don't know what is doing what in the long run specifically.
well, it's like this. You mentioned SARMs. Have you heard anyone talk about SARMs recently?
No.
Right? It was a fad. Now, I'm not saying peptides will be along the same lines, but once they have done out, they could be. We don't know yet. But when SARMs came out, the whole big thing was, oh, you can get progression of steroids without the side effects. But they wouldn't know they have side effects. They ended up skewing so much more, like tanks their testosterone. It actually aromatized, and it became so aromatized. Yeah, they do. It became a massive problem.
But anything that is going to increase your muscle density is going to have some sort of side effects on your resistance.
And the thing about that is, man, like those went on strong for a year.
But peptides have been around, not trying to justify, but peptides have been around to the extent of my knowledge since 2013 is when the peptide companies were coming up.
Yeah.
Now, some of those companies I don't even think are even around, because I remember like CJC and Ivamorelin, when those two first to the extent of my knowledge, when those companies were out before modern times, I did CJC and Ipamorelin when I was like 19, 20 years old. But now they're getting mainstream so heavily.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's going to fade out. But everyone and their mom is going to be doing these, and everyone's going to be responding differently. And it's not even just the CJC itself, but it's just like now this is the GLPs going on.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. With ipamorelin and tesamorelin, I don't really consider those peptides. And I say that because how long has human growth hormone been around?
I mean, probably since the 70s.
Very long time. Okay. Tesamorelin, ipamorelin, samorelin, those things. Here's the whole branch of what human growth hormone is. Tesamorelin is this piece. Ipamorelin is this piece. Samorelin is this piece. What is it? GHRP6 is this piece. Like, it's different parts of that branch. So it's something that already existed, and then they just kind of took out a piece of it in order to get a specific effect, right? Like tesamorelin, they're saying, oh, it gets rid of fat around the organs more efficiently than something else. And it's like, okay, great. But that's been around for a long time. So side effects there, I'm not super worried about. Whereas GLP-1s are brand new. Those are very brand new. And that's kind of where
we're talking about, like the craze of it, though.
Yes, fast. Yes, I agree. But where does the fad come from? GLP-1s.
Yeah.
It started with GLP-1s because
all these new ones just coming out.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, they heard GLP-1, like, oh, I can lose weight without having to diet. Great.
You know what's funny is all these people that are posting about Retta and posting about GLPs. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen on YouTube, but all these people posting about that, they're just shadow banning themselves on social media because you can't be talking about that. You can't even type out the word retatrutide.
No, you have to sell the street.
You can't even type out GLP-1.
Yeah, no. Well, they call Retta what, GLP-3 or R3 or what?
But it's not even a GLP-3. They take the glycagon part and they put that into it. And
they call it 3 because it's 3 receptors, right? So it's working on the GLP-1, the glucagon, and
glucagon. Sorry,
I'm blanking on. No, I know what you meant. And I'm blanking on the third receptor that it acts on. There's one more. That's why they're calling it a 3.
But would you even consider? I wouldn't say the glucagon is even a receptor, though. The glucagon.
Well, here, let's read the exact definition to get this a little bit more accurate. I know I screenshotted it because I thought we would end up talking about this. Okay, so retatrutide activates the GLP-1 receptor, slows gastric emptying, which we talked about, reduces appetite, improves insulin secretion, and lowers blood glucose. Yeah, great. Number 2, the GIP receptor, which is a glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide. That was the one I forgot because it's a mouthful of word. Yeah. But that's the part that enhances the insulin response, which we talked about, and can further reduce appetite and improve metabolic flexibility. Great. Third one, the glucagon receptor. It is a receptor. That increases the energy expenditure of fat oxidation, and it helps prevent metabolic slowdown during weight loss. So there is a part of it that goes against that slowing effect, but it does still slow gastric emptying, like we talked about. That's what can make you struggle to use the bathroom.
But my specific, we talked about that, yeah. But what I was specifically talking about is glucagon isn't a GLP. So when people say like GLP 3, the 3 is really them just referencing
the 3 things. They're calling it a GLP still for marketing.
Okay, I get, yes. But what I'm saying is the term GLP-3 isn't even a thing.
No,
because GLP-1 is a receptor.
Right. There's not like a, I get what you're saying. They're doing it, in my opinion, from a marketing standpoint. Because GLP, people go,
you can put GLP-3 for now. But what I'm saying is like, that is not even an actual thing.
No, they need to find a different way to categorize it because if you can't call it retatrutide anymore.
I guess I'm just like nitpicking the term.
No, and I'm with you on it. I'm with you. I'm trying to play devil's advocate and see where they got to the 3 from. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
But yeah, everyone just kind of like having, hey, buy this from me, buy this peptide from me.
I know. And everyone's selling it now, and it's just,
it's one thing if you've tried it and you're promoting the company that you're with.
agreed.
But it's a whole nother topic to tell people to take this.
So
take this.
the problem with that is they're selling it and they're telling people to dose it at outrageous doses so they can make money. And we
to say, hey, get your stuff from this place.
that's like the same thing as if you're buying gear and you're getting your gear doses from the guy selling you gear. They're going to tell you to take more so you buy more.
Literally.
That's how it works. You can buy it, but have a coach tell you how to take it. And it's like a conversation we had in your kitchen was, we were talking about, for me, I was taking 1.5 megs a week and it started to get hard to use the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'm going to scale back. When I scaled back, it still is controlling cravings, but, and making my diet less sufferable. Again, 6 days out, I feel okay. It's great. I feel okay, which is surprising because usually, you feel like a zombie. But I scaled back dose and now I can use the restroom normal. So I'm getting all the benefits and I'm not getting side effect. And that's what I always talk about is like minimum effective dose with anything you do. Where can I get the maximum benefits with low to no side effects? And that's the thing is if you have someone who's selling it to you and they make money off it, it's like, yeah, take 5 mgs a week. Okay, well, you're going to go through a bottle a month. Now the person who's probably getting that bottle for, I would say $70-$80, because I only know this because someone offered me to wholesale, and I said absolutely not because I won't do it. And they're selling it for $200. They're making $120 off you a month. Now you do that to 10 people, you spend $1,200. 20 people, $2,400. I never thought about it. Like 30 people, $3,600. Just like that. And it's on clockwork because they see what it does. They're like, oh my God, I don't know it's a diet. I felt a hack.
I mean, you do too, but I'm just blessed to be able to have a sponsor where I don't have to like worry about getting that stuff.
Yeah, which is great. But I still look at the prices. I have clients who are taking.
I should look at the price.
Well, I have clients who are taking peptides, right? Yeah. And there are some that I do really like, and there are some that have great synergistic effects. And I like using a very low dose, but using a couple of them so they kind of play together and create this really good effect. And there's no sides.
See, I don't have any. Personally, I do not have any clients on GLPs.
Okay,
because none of my clients are. I mean, one he did jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of my clients, I don't have them doing that because they are not at a competitive level. I have some clients that do compete.
Yeah.
But incorporating Retta would probably be something that I would do for them down the road.
Yeah.
But in this most recent times of working with them, that was not really on my mind.
Understandable.
Just because I want these things to work for you first.
Yeah.
And then we can start to incorporate those other things later on.
Well, it's like we talked about. Someone's first prep or if someone's at beginner level, don't throw the kitchen sink at them.
No.
They don't need it all.
No.
They don't. Now, say they catch that bug and they're like, okay, I want to go to the next level.
Then that's
what we're going to have in the conversation.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I wanted to touch on was be very careful with dosing. Because I even had a client who's going to a doctor and the doctor prescribed it 3 things a week. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like I changed all my meals. I'm like, that's bad.
Have you seen those videos where some influencers, and a lot of them do that, they're like, hey, rate my cycle. And they're like, 1,000 milligrams of test, 1,000 milligrams of this, 1,000 milligrams of that. It's a pretty good cycle. And I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, someone's probably going to see my cycle and see that I'm on 6 and then mid-DQ and call me an idiot.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that, but you're also trying to do a lot of damage control from a product that was out of your control.
Circumstantial.
Because you had essentially, I mean, not essentially, you had fake Mastron. You thought it was Mastron, which would have helped control estrogen levels if it was Mastron, but it was testosterone, which increased your testosterone and therefore is increasing your estrogen.
I aromatize really crazy on it, yeah. So, but that's, not careful. Oh, this shows, that's fine, dude.
It's also someone who probably look at my stuff and be like, "Oh my gosh, she's doing so much."
And you know what? That's funny because when I end up turning pro, you say whatever you want.
Yeah,
I really don't care. It may not happen this December.
yeah, but
I'm
there's
gonna
people that aren't even pro that are doing way worse,
that don't have physique.
and they're even farther from being pro than we are because he plays top 5 in nationals, right?
Yeah.
And so have I. So it's like we're right on the cusp of doing that.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be cool to compete against each other.
yeah,
That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
I might get a little nervous, honestly, because when I competed against, he's actually going to be my best man in my wedding. I competed against him.
Okay.
And even though I just came off of my like overall win at California,
Yeah.
and I knew that I was going to win the Excalibur, I competed against that Excalibur, but I was so nervous for some reason on stage.
We'll have fun.
I was just like,
We're gonna have fun.
maybe it was just
Think
the
about this.
thrill of being with one of my friends on stage.
We'll show the top 5, and
That's
get those
great.
hits.
Yes.
Like, because there was a buddy of mine, actually the guy who made this shirt. Shout out Austin, the shirt's dope. But we competed against each other at the Arnold.
And
It was so cool because we got shots next to each other,
yeah.
which was, it's the coolest thing, dude.
None of the
He
guys
placed third, I placed fourth, and it was sick.
none of the guys that I've made friends with from competing have I been friends with before competing. So like Zayd,
Yeah,
I
I love
love
Zayd.
competed
I
against
love
Zayd,
Zayd.
but I wasn't friends with him until after the show.
Okay,
If you know Nate Dandridge,
it sounds familiar.
He's like just his arms are massive.
Okay.
He turned pro. Just big black dude that works out at he trained under RPG. He trained under RPG.
Oh, maybe that's why I know your name. Yeah.
So yeah, he trained under Ron for a little bit. But Nate Dandridge, I competed against him, and I wasn't friends with him until after we competed against each other. So it's just like it's different to me for doing the Excalibur and the Nationals because it's like I'm friends with you guys before jumping on stage.
Yeah.
Whereas I haven't had anyone where I'm friends with really until after or at the show I become friends with them.
It's a cool experience because Austin and we were already friends.
Okay.
So we were backstage helping each other pump.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like we're bullshitting. We're having fun. So like there wasn't time to be nervous.
Yeah.
Because we were just like chilling, dude. Yeah. And that's how it'll be for us too. Actually, funny story about Zayd. Him and I competed against each other in 2016.
Really?
That was when I met him.
You know what's funny? Actually, I competed against Jason Coley.
Yeah.
I competed against him as a teenager. And then I don't know who the other guys I competed against was, but I competed against him as a teenager and I won. And then he actually beat me at the Cal. I think in 20. What did Matty Ice win the Cal? I think it was 2018.
I want to say 18, but I might be wrong.
Maybe something like that. Jason beat me at that California show. And when we were backstage, since him and I already knew each other beforehand, literally we were like in line to go on stage. And I was like, hey, I'm letting you know that you and I are going to be top 2 right now.
Yeah.
And it was.
That's cool.
And so it was just like, I had no doubt about it. I was just like, all these other people, I don't care. It's just, we're going to be the top 2.
Yeah.
I think that was a cool experience just because it's like, we knew each other. We knew our capabilities. And it happened.
Dude, I think it'd just be cool if we're both top 5 in Texas because that's huge. Like Texas it used to be USA's that was the show. It's Texas, and I feel like it's more of a fair shake when you go to Pittsburgh, when you go to Texas, Universe in Jersey, even Junior Nats in or Blakey, Tennessee. Tennessee, yeah.
And the only reason I don't know about Junior Nats is because pretty sure as bodybuilders we can't get our pro card at Junior Nats. We have to go to like
It's Universe.
it's the Universe.
Oh, because they drug test the winners
At Junior Nats.
at Universe.
Oh, so we can't get our pro card at Universe, but we could get our pro card at Junior Nats.
As far as I know.
Okay.
We may need to double check on that. But point is, like Pittsburgh and Texas are like the heavy hitter shows.
Okay. My class at North America's was like 25 guys, I want to say, maybe 23.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the show I did right before that, the class was only like 15.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which show was that?
USA is.
Yeah.
Last year.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is it's definitely declining.
So would you say you feel like, and not necessarily know that way, but would you feel like nationals and North Americas are starting to pick up more as far as the prestige of them?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to keep in mind, California used to be the pinnacle of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It has now moved to like 6 or 7.
Really?
In states. So California is more catered to influencers. How many bodybuilding gyms can you find in California? Legitimate bodybuilding gyms.
Yeah.
Pretty small.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I would say even some of the bodybuilding gyms that are opening up, some of them have like influencer-esque kind of a vibe. Because when I think of bodybuilding gyms specifically, I'm thinking of like Metroflex.
Yeah.
And not like the seats are torn and not fixed. That's bodybuilding.
That's what I think.
Like, I'm not trying to get freaking diseases just by getting a cut in the gym.
That's what I want. It's bodybuilding, bro.
But those gyms where like it's like I'm getting this machine, this machine, this machine, this machine, and this machine. I like you don't find.
Have you been to Revival?
No.
Revival,
Actually, yeah.
One is
So I would say that would be a bodybuilding.
that's a bodybuilding gym. But
Yeah.
it's like it's small.
Yeah.
But that is a great bodybuilding gym in my opinion. Say it.
One of my friends got staff at Revival.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
That's a real bodybuilding gym, bro.
Okay.
That's a real bodybuilding gym. That's how I see it. That's rugged. That's like
I have not had that experience.
I haven't either, but just the chance of it, I think heightens the. I don't know.
So the easier it is to get a disease at a gym and more bodybuilding it is.
Well, let me give you an example. Okay, so
No, but it's true though. It's
Austin,
true.
Texas. Austin, Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a gym we went to called Factory Gym.
Never heard of it.
Very clean. They had pretty good equipment.
Okay.
Most of it was like Prime and all that. So this is good equipment.
Yeah.
Way too clean for me. I didn't like it because it felt too like pretty boy influence.
Was it like Middle East clean?
What does that mean?
The gyms in the Middle East are like
Okay, probably like that.
pristine.
Yeah. So it was too clean to where I was like, I felt bad like sweating on the floor. You know what I mean? Then I went to another gym, Lift ATX.
Yeah.
Dude, the dumbbells were rusty. I was like, oh, I'm at home.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Like the rugged factor where I don't have to feel like, oh my God, this gym's so pretty. Like,
You know what? There's a gym. The gyms I thought were bodybuilder gyms
Yeah.
were like Absolute Recomp.
Yeah.
In my head, when I think of the word Absolute Recomp, I'm thinking that sounds like a hardcore gym.
is it not? I've never been.
No, apparently they're like more influencery gyms, which, like I said, like
But
what
they have bodybuilding equipment, right? Like very specifically. Like
I
they have
guess so.
Pomona and they have
I'm pretty sure they do. I mean that we can go check it out.
yeah, we will.
But I always thought it was like a bodybuilder gym,
Okay.
like hardcore, like Destination Dallas status. I thought it was like that kind of a gym, Absolute Recomp. But
Well, there is more than
apparently some more. There's a few of them, but the newest one apparently is like super nice and like marble. Apparently,
see, that's too pretty for me.
yeah.
I can't do my thing in a pretty gym.
Now that's what I meant when I said like Middle East, because like when they make the gyms there, it is
Yeah.
like you are like walking into
You're
like
talking about like oxygen, right?
yes,
Why?
well any gyms over there, but when you walk into those gyms, they make the South Coast Plaza look like poor.
Well, because I feel like over there, bodybuilding is like a religion to them. They treat it like church.
I mean, I know outside the U.S. they treat the athletes that win amazing. Like
in India, China,
Brazil.
a lot of the like Middle East. I don't know specifically what areas, like Dubai. I know they do. Dude, they like deify bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Like that's why, have you ever seen the videos like High Green cruising around those areas? Yeah, everyone's like touching them. They're like enamored.
There was a guy, it was specifically a guy, when he went to like India, he had like guys standing around him with like AK-47s to protect him in like India. I guess like that's how much they praise bodybuilders or something.
Literally, I'm not kidding. They deify it there.
That's nuts. Imagine lifting and you have guys standing around you in the middle of the gym with just like AKs. Just to like be your bodybuilders.
That's cool.
It's a little intimidating. I don't know.
They're not gonna shoot me.
Not me. I don't know if I would be able to like go hard on the leg press or anything like that.
With an AK-47 around you?
With guys just standing around with guns around me, I'm like, oh my god. Not that I don't think they're gonna shoot me.
Right.
I'm saying like, I'm like, man, like, do I have to run? Like, do I have to be ready to run at any point? Like,
No, they have AKs, man. You're fine.
yeah, but when the AKs start going off, do I like just duck and cover?
Hit the floor.
Just hit the floor?
That's it.
I don't run away with one of them?
Nah.
No,
Hit the floor. They'll take care of you. AKs are gnarly.
maybe one of them just throws me over their shoulder and just runs with me.
I feel like that would be realistic.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so. I guess one of my last questions would be, would you live your life at like a gym like Oxygen if you're offered? Because I don't think a lot of people know this, so we'll touch base on it really quick. The Oxygen gym in Dubai, they pay you to basically live like across the street from their gym.
In a really nice high rise.
Yeah,
Like,
but you can't really have. I mean, I guess you can have your significant other visit. Apparently, is what I've heard, but they have to like stay in the house. They have to stay in the apartment. You can't go around town with them.
well, because then, did you not like, is there something with women over there?
Yeah,
They have laws.
yeah, but it's also like so you basically have to follow their laws
Okay.
over there.
Yeah.
And
Can they go public covered up? Do you know?
oh no, that's not in Dubai. It's in Kuwait. That's where it is.
Kuwait. Okay.
Oxygen is
That's right.
Kuwait.
It's in Kuwait. Yeah.
And you can't like leave anytime you want. Like you can't just be like, I'm gonna go back home and for Christmas and hang out with Annie. You can't just do that. You're like stuck there. They pay you to do that yearly.
How much did they pay?
I'm actually not sure. To the extent of my knowledge, which I don't think is that vast for this.
Pay for housing.
Well, you don't pay for housing. You don't pay for your food. You don't pay for your food. You don't pay for recovery. So they handle your recovery on like the second floor, I think. No, I think that's the third floor.
They give you drugs, right?
So they give you your drugs. They give you your recovery. So like all your massages are covered, all your body work is covered, all your cryos covered. All your training, you don't even pick up the weights yourself. They like slap it on the machines for you, and then they take it off for you. So you have two guys that putting weights on for you, and then you have the person training you. Absolutely. And then you get paid. You get paid to just be there, but you can't like just leave whenever you want. I think that's why Regan left actually, because you don't really have free will there, to the extent of my knowledge. So, and when I say free will, I mean like you can just fly in and out. You can just go around town and do whatever you want.
I don't really do much
Aside from just give me a game controller, I'm good.
That's it. Yeah, if I can play video games in my downtown, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation I'd have to have with my wife. Knowing her, she would support it, especially if I was getting paid to do that. I could just send her the money and take care of her that way. Make sure
She's getting money.
Here's my other question.
You don't even have to pay for your food.
Can I bring my bulldog?
That is a good question.
Because that's going to be a big one for me.
Yeah.
Because I would really like to have my bulldog with me.
I mean, I would sign that contract if I could just bring my dog. Why me have a dog?
Yeah. See, if I can bring my bulldog, and if Amy could come visit, because I'm making money, I can fly her out. If I could have her come visit, I mean, so long as we had an agreement on the conversation. But that kind of sounds like the bodybuilder dream to me, aside from being away from my wife, of course.
Yeah.
I think it will come down to the number. Like, how much money are they paying you?
Oh, if they give you like 80 a year,
80 a year and everything's covered.
everything's covered for you, but they're giving you 80 a year.
That wouldn't be enough if she was still living in California. But if she moved to like Texas, 80
Okay.
cruise.
She can handle some of your online clients. I mean, maybe you could probably even get away with having online clients.
Oh, still keep online clients.
Yeah.
And
So
now
then-
I was doing cybersecurity and stuff. I would work that too.
Yeah, so just working from your computer.
Easy. Yeah, I think that could work. I'd have to talk to her. I'd need her permission. But it sounds like the move. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I think Regan's a little soft.
I don't know him, so I can't say.
I'm going to be honest.
I can't.
I don't know him either, but based on the fact that he hasn't lived up to expectations.
Yeah, okay, but the last show he did, they found out he was allergic to the protein. So I'm sure he had some like bodily inflammation. So
Stand by my case. So we're done filming.
yeah,
Share with you.
I mean, we could be
We didn't do the marathon kill question.
okay. So last question. Yeah, last question.
Okay.
Someone asked MFK,
Marathon kill.
Mass EQ, and what was the other one?
ADP.
NPP. I would kill NPP. Just because I personally do not like that on myself.
Fair.
Granted, since I have had the gynecomastia surgery,
Mhm.
I don't have to worry about the side effects of gyno. But I aromatize relatively easily when it comes to taking NPP.
Okay.
Even if I'm taking like Tabor or Crammy, I personally don't like doing that to my body.
Okay.
It's just like now I have to up my Crammy. Now I have to up my
Yeah. Just
AI,
do more to do damage control, essentially.
and I don't want to do that. So I would kill NPP. And I would marry Nastro.
And so you would fuck EQ. Okay. I would,
Yeah.
I'm going to marry EQ. I love it.
Why? Because it makes you hungry.
I
I'm saying nothing. I feel absolutely nothing.
here's what I love about EQ. EQ is one of the most anabolic steroids you can take, with arguably very minimal sides, aside from increasing red blood cell count. Now, with that being said, all you got to do is donate blood. You donate blood, and you can keep that at bay. So, to me, to get that high of an anabolic factor, it does have a very slight estrogenic control response, not as much as Nastrol, but it does. High anabolic, low side effect.
Yeah,
I like that.
I just personally don't get visual changes or strength changes that much when I do. I feel like maybe my body just doesn't respond that well.
Dude,
I feel like personally, all I get from it is like the increase of red blood cells.
see,
And I'm like,
I've heard that. And I hear I would say probably I hear 60% of people go, oh, I don't like EQ.
it's not that I don't like it. Like if I get
They don't
present,
see-
I will do it.
They don't see much.
Exactly. I'm just like, it is not worth it to me personally to take it, or even tell other people to do it.
What dose have you ran it at? Would be you.
I have done
Highest dose.
300 highest dose,
Highest dose you've ever ran of it.
800, 850.
Because I would argue that for a lot of people, I hate saying this because this is a lot. You need like 9
Okay.
to really see it do its thing. Because I've even ran it at 6 and I saw a little bit.
See, I was reading that you would want to run it anywhere from 600 to 900 would be like the sweet area. I mean, it's a big range.
Yeah.
But I was also reading that once it comes to like the 900 plus range, and this is the part that I was like, absolutely no,
Yeah.
is it was talking, what I was reading the article was talking specifically about cancer, like blood cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get to like the really high doses, granted, I'm sure that's after long periods of usage, but that word in general, I don't even want to see it pop out.
Well, here's the thing, because I've had cancer, you know this.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I spoke to my oncologist, my surgeon, very, very reputable people. And I told them after I was done, I was going to use steroids. And I very specifically asked, I said, are there any steroids that we know will cause cancer? They said, no. Now, what it can do is if cancer forms, it will rapidly grow those cells. You know that for a fact. But there is no steroid that is directly linked to cancer, except testosterone will increase chances of prostate cancer. But
Yeah.
caveat to that is, they also told me this: any male, if they lived long enough, every single male will get prostate cancer because it is a byproduct of testosterone itself, and we naturally produce it. So some people in their lifespan, if they're higher test producers without using testosterone, they may get it at 60.
I don't even have a prostate, so I'm 100% efficient when it comes to.
Do you actually not have a prostate? Are you kidding?
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay. I was like, my guy, you're missing out. No, I'm kidding. No, but it's there's no direct link to that. Now there is a link to growth hormone and leukemia.
Yeah,
that is a fact, and I'm definitely taking a dice roll on that one. But I always make the joke that since I already had cancer once, I'm now immune, so I'm good. That's what I told Dylan. Dylan was,
you know what? I can't knock on you because you have beat it.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Well, Dylan didn't want to give me growth. He's like, I don't want to put you on hormone. I'm like, dude, listen, I already had it once. I'm immune now. And he's like, you're an idiot. I was like, cool. So how much am I taking? Here's the thing, man. Look,
It's not calling you an idiot. I would agree with him.
no, I ain't like that.
Hey, you had cancer. You're not going to be doing this.
But he's not comfortable. We came to an agreement that every year I'm continuing to get scans. So I'm getting monitored. Yeah, I have my next scan coming up in actually right about when I get back from Florida.
Okay.
November 10th. I have a scan set up. So a week from tomorrow, actually. So I'm being smart about it. I'm not just ignoring it because I do understand there's risk there. But also the only thing that I can remember is when I was laying in the bed after I woke up from my surgery. Actually, no, while I was getting chemo too, there were multiple times in the hospitals where they were like, you have any questions? And the only thing I would ask was, when can I get back on stage? So in a moment of life or death, that was the only thing that registered in my brain. So to me, I'm like, you know what?
That's a real bodybuilder.
This is what I want to do.
If you're in a life or death situation
Mhm.
and your only concern was getting back on stage, I will take back what I said and say that I will believe you for 100%ing for a whole year straight.
I will still double down on the fact that I am an idiot. I'm okay with that. I'm very reckless with myself, but not my athletes. I'm very, very careful with my athletes. But for myself, I'm like, you know what, man? Like, I went through a time where I didn't think I was going to have tomorrow. So right now, I count the last, 9, almost 10 years now as borrowed time. Shouldn't even be here, so why not do it how I want to?
That's fair. I can't speak on that.
Still stupid. I won't argue that. My wife thinks it's stupid too, but she's also very supportive. She wants me to do what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wrap it up. But if you are living your life to the fullest and in the way that you want, when you know that you shouldn't have, that there was a very good chance that you were not going to be here, and now you're like, I pretty much should not have been here today, then yeah, by all means, do whatever you want within reason. You're not committing crimes.
No.
So, but yeah, do whatever you want to like live it up. And if you want to just like take those risks, then absolutely. I mean, I see no reason why not to support it.
Oh, I didn't finish the question.
Oh, what was the question? Oh,
Marry as well kill.
oh, okay.
Marry EQ. Because I love EQ. This one's tough because I love MPP for like 9 weeks.
Okay.
And then,
Why 9 weeks? What happens?
dude, like after 9 or 10 weeks, I feel lethargic. Blood.
Wow.
Dick stops working. Just fucking flaccid. But the strength gains are insane for me. But if I didn't just have this experience with Masteron being fake, let's pretend like that didn't happen. Then I would fuck Masteron and I would kill it PP. But given where I sit right now, I'm killing Masteron.
Okay.
But there's no question in my mind marrying EQ.
I see the hatred towards Masteron now,
I'm very,
but had that not happened, your choices would have been switched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would have preferred Mast over APP. Because realistically, you get a better anabolic factor from EQ with less side effects and less water retention.
How did you find out that the mask, I never asked, was fake? Did you get it tested, or were you just like, hey,
we drew a conclusion.
Okay.
Basically looking at it, and I mean, I still have bottles at home. I can get them tested. But we drew the conclusion because looking at everything I was taking, nothing else made sense. So why would estrogen be so high when my mass dose was like 800 mg a week?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, I think it was higher than that. I think it was 300 mgs every other day. At one point, I may be wrong on that. It was either 200 mgs every other day or 300 every other day. And with that, it would be on the high weeks, it would be like 800 or even be 1200.
Yeah.
So at that much, triple digit estrogen, and then we pulled it and added AIs, and now it's consistently coming down. We can use some, analyzing of the knowledge that we have and just make that assumption.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because your mass would be so high that there would be no reason for your estrogen to be so high.
Yeah. So I hate menstruum.
And I guess we'll end it there.